a guy stood there, lost in thought. I'd never imagined a world more brutal and unforgiving than this. Beyond the towering walls was a world where monsters or spirit beasts were being controlled by some dude. They were slaughtering everyone without a care. And man, the pressure was crushing. Staring at the horrific scene, our MC couldn't help but tremble with a wry smile. Things just got serious. Seeing the delicious fear on their faces, the villain cackled. My pets just love feasting on tender little students. Today we eat our fill, hehehe, now become food for my sacred beast. Hearing that our protagonist screamed a warning, split up and run, his mind raced. He had no choice but to buy them some time. The beasts charged without holding back, snarling as they rushed in. Grrr, times. Our protagonist thought, in a panic, I'm so dead. The monster sent him flying with a single swipe. Seeing this, one of his friends turned back and screamed. Brother Han. Seeing him struggling, they had no choice but to turn and run for help. They yelled, hang in there, we'll get a teacher right away. As their voices faded, our protagonist suddenly broke into a sinister grin. Cough cough, haha. Wiping blood from his lips, he said menacingly, finally. No one's around to get in my way. The villain scoffed, you think you times can stop me. Hearing that, the pup next to our MC barked in rage. Bolts of lightning erupted around it, matching its fury. Woof times. Suddenly, the snake's tail lashed out at our hero. He effortlessly caught it with one hand, stunning the villain. Suddenly, from the left, another monster charged. Our protagonist slammed a powerful kick into its side as the menacing shadow of a hellhound emerged behind him. The MC raised a hand and chuckled a warning. Watch your mouth. Cut to a bus, where our protagonist starts to introduce himself. My name is Han Hai. It's been 19 years since I was reincarnated into this world. The teacher announced, all right, everyone's here, let's head out. Hearing this, Han Hai joined the crowd, thinking to himself, the day has finally come. Everyone was buzzing with excitement. It's finally here, I wonder what my contracted beast will be. I'm not asking for much. As long as my beast can fight a little, I'm good. That's asking too much. I'd be happy just becoming a beast tamer, even if my contracted creature is a blade of grass. Then a blonde girl looked over at Han Hai. But I wonder what Han Hai will get. Her friend then put an arm around her. Yeah, I can't imagine how strong Han Hai's beast will be, she boasted cheerfully, leaving Han Hai to stay quiet. He's top of his class this year, and his spiritual power is insane. His beast is gonna be something else. He might even become a legend someday. Seeing Han Hai getting all the praise, the blonde girl brought up Kai An to balance things out. Wang Kai An is ranked second, and he comes from a great family. He's definitely got a shot too. But unexpectedly, her friend's reply made even Kai An grimace. But he's still no match for Han Hai. Kai An put a hand on Han Hai's shoulder, challenging him. Hey Han, let's see whose contracted beast is stronger later. Finding it tiresome, Han Hai just waved him off. Sorry, not interested. Getting rejected, Kai An fumed internally. How does a piece of trash from the slums deserve to be ranked above me? Just wait till I contract a god-tier beast, I'll show you what's up. As they saw the towering structure ahead, everyone gasped in awe. Holy crap, a simple guy like me can only say whoa. Seeing the contract tower, Kai An praised it just like everyone else. So this is the contract tower. It's magnificent. Suddenly a voice echoed in Han Hai's mind. What are you thinking? The truly powerful are always different. What Han Hai saw was the radiant power at the very top of the tower. Suddenly he was teleported somewhere else. He wondered, where am I? I think the teacher mentioned this. The tower's spiritual resonance space. The contract tower is talking to me. Realizing what was happening, Han Hai shouted, I want power. The power to explore this world. Hearing this, the tower replied, granted. Then suddenly, he was back in the real world. The teacher was calling him, urging him inside. Han Hai, it's your turn. He answered and walked inside. Yes, teacher. Looking down, a magic circle began to form at his feet. So this magic circle is the key to activating the whole tower. Then he was teleported to where his true power awaited. So this is the Hall of Contracts. Seeing it, Han Hai walked forward, bit his finger, and dripped blood into a basin in the center of the hall. A pillar of light erupted, forming hundreds of different bubbles, leaving Han Hai confused. Aren't people supposed to get 5 options at most? So why did I get hundreds? Shaking off his doubts, Han Hai reached for the one that felt strangely familiar. He grabs it with a smile, triggering a violent tremor. The contract is being forged and the heavens roar. Let's break down the plot. The contract tower is like humanity's last flame, their final hope against nature. This place was once a parallel world, pretty much identical to Earth. But decades ago, a mysterious fog started to blanket the entire planet. Ever since, every living thing besides humans started mutating, shrinking mankind's territory. As humanity built massive walls to fend off the fog and these mutated beasts, the contract tower appeared. From it, contract masters were born. By taming giant beasts, humanity finally had a fighting chance against nature. Some call it the apocalypse. Others say it's divine punishment for humanity's disrespect towards nature. The symbol in our hero's hand signifies a successful contract. But in my book, it's simple: to the victor go the spoils. A massive bolt of lightning strikes the tower's peak, shocking the teacher, the chosen one. Flashback to 5 minutes ago. Everyone's looking at their new spirit beasts with pure disappointment. One guy even drops to his knees, completely crushed. Asterisk, sob times. Teacher, what am I supposed to do? I said I'd be happy with just a blade of grass, but I didn't think my contract beast would literally be a blade of grass. Hearing this, the teacher calmly replies, for those who contracted with weaker creatures, don't lose hope. You may not be elite warriors, but you are still an indispensable new asset to our nation. Seeing this, other students chime in, Sir, why are all the beasts we contract with from foreign lands? The teacher sighs and replies, that's a question everyone in the country is asking. For some reason, very few can contract with our native divine beasts and monsters, and even when they do, the beasts are often pathetically weak. Suddenly, a massive lightning bolt strikes the contract tower, making the teacher shout in alarm. I've never seen anything like this, Han Hai. This guy is terrifying. The crowd erupts in shocked whispers. Holy crap, Mr. Ma, what's going on? What's happening to the altar? Oh my god, did Han Hai actually contract a divine beast? Asterisk, sob times, I'm such a loser. Watching the spectacle, Kai An grits his teeth thinking, this slum trash. Sorry, not interested. In a large building overlooking the tower, a group of people are watching. Congratulations, Mayor. It seems our Zhenan city has produced another top-tier fighter. I wonder which freshman it is. Could it be the top-ranked student, Han Hai Mayor? For now, let's just watch. Witnessing the shocking event, people all over the city were stunned and began to gossip. Isn't today the contracting ceremony for the freshmen? Yeah, looks like someone just contracted something seriously powerful. Meanwhile, in a dark alley, a thug is choking someone out. Wouldn't it be easier to just hand over your contract beast? But the commotion from the tower distracts him. Back with Han Hai, he finally sees his spirit beast, a small, harmless-looking puppy. He's stunned and blurts out, a black dog, Han Hai, then picks it up calmly, reminiscing about his past life. Ah, right, it's definitely just a normal black dog. I had one just like it when I was a kid in my past life. Han Hai sighs, scoops it up, and slowly walks to the door. A black dog is still a black dog. It's better than nothing. Suddenly, a system window pops up. Congratulations, host. Divine Beast Contract, successful, heaven-swallowing divine hound. Han Hai is shocked. Heaven-swallowing divine hound. The system continues. First, divine beast, contract successful. Newcomer gift package received. Open now. Hearing this, Han Hai pauses, thinking I knew it. How could it be just a normal black dog? This buff took its sweet time to show up. Without further hesitation, he selects yes. As the contract doors slowly open, the crowd buzzes with excitement. Look, the tower door is opening, and he's holding a little puppy. Han Hai thinks, why do I feel my power increasing? Must be my imagination. When the crowd sees his divine beast is just a puppy, they burst out laughing. Ha ha ha, Han Hai, after that whole light show I actually thought you were something special. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha, your contract beast isn't seriously that mutt you're holding, is it? And you're this year's top student. Han Hai, you're a total joke, just all bark and no bite. Glad I never tried to suck up to him. I'd be dying of embarrassment right now. Why even talk about him? He's a lost cause. We should get to know Wang Kai-an instead. He's the one with a real divine beast. Seeing that his rival has such a pathetic beast, Kai, and immediately rushes over to mock him. You little sewer rat, hurry back to your gutter. Hearing this, Han Hai fires right back without missing a beat. Hey Inky, this guy's got issues, huh? Acts just like a rabid dog. Those words hit their mark, and Kai-an explodes in anger. Behemoth Kai-an's divine beast instantly appears. Seeing it, Inky lets out an angry growl. Time to show this little rat what a real divine beast looks like. Back in the alley, the hunter with a powerful beast plots sinisterly. What's the status? Has the phantom bat located that kid yet? Asterisk, squeak squeak asterisk. Let's go meet our new prey. Meanwhile, Kai-an and Han Hai are on the fighting stage in front of everyone. Seeing this, the crowd started cheering them on. Let's go, Kai-an, you got this, Han Hai. The little dog in Han Hai's arms barked furiously, unleashing a flurry of red lightning. Grr, woof, woof. At that, Kai-an ordered his spirit beast to charge. Get him. Behemoth charged forward like a massive bull. Inky leaped to the ground, barking fiercely as it shot out a snake-like bolt of red lightning that pierced right through the giant bull's chest. Seeing this, Kai-An screamed. Behemoth. He rushed over to it worried. Behemoth, are you okay? Realizing something was seriously wrong, Kai-An roared in anger. Han, hi, what the hell did you do to my behemoth? Kai nervously patted his injured beast. Seeing things had gone too far, Teacher Wang stepped in. That's enough. Don't get cocky just because you contracted a divine beast. Wang Kai-An, in your current state, you'll never achieve anything great, even with a divine beast, he said angrily, twisting Kai-An's ear as a warning. How many times have I told you? You just formed the contract and can't even fully control your beast yet. You're trying to run before you can even walk. See? Your beast's spiritual energy is completely drained. Kai-An cried out in pain. Teacher, I was wrong. Watching this, Han Hai turned to his pup. Was that you? Inky immediately held up a little sign, denying it. It wasn't me. Then it flopped onto the ground and started rolling around to act cute. Seeing this, Han Hai couldn't help but scoop the little guy up. All right, come here. Seeing how adorable it was, the girls couldn't help but gush. Han Hai, your little black dog is just too cute, one of them with sparkling eyes asked. Han Hai, can we pet him? Hearing this, Han Hai casually held Inky out to them. Sure, go ahead. Everyone started hugging and petting Inky. Aw, he's so adorable, haha. Then one of the girls asked a question. Han Hai, what's this little guy's name? Han Hai thought for a moment and said, since he's one of ours, how about we call him Dao Dog? At that, everyone burst out laughing. Ha ha ha, Dao Dog spoken like a true top student. Then, his gaze shifted to a young girl in the distance. Oh. When she saw Han Hai looking at her, the girl raised a fist to cheer him on. You can do it. He gave her a small smile in return, then turned to check on Dao Dog's stats. Let's see what this little guy's got. The system displayed, name Heaven Swallowing Divine Hound, quality SSS-rank, trait 100%, loyalty 10-fold return. The spirit beast's power growth is returned to the contractor 10-fold. After reading the whole thing, Han Hai thought to himself, no wonder I felt my own power spike earlier. Just then, a group of upperclassmen started walking toward them. Teacher Wang, hope we're not interrupting you and the students for a few minutes. Teacher Wang replied, Captain Xiao, Captain Zhang, what brings you all here? Captain Zhang spoke up. We saw the strange phenomenon at the Black Tower and came to investigate. Couldn't you guys have waited until class assignments tomorrow to talk to them individually? It's always been this way, Teacher Wang replied helplessly. They're just trying to call dibs on the promising ones. All right, but don't go overboard. Leave some for the other captains, or you'll put me in a tough spot. Seeing this, Captain Zhang cheerfully agreed. Yeah, we know. Teacher Wang turned and announced, everyone, these four are the captains of the Academy's resident battle squads, Captain Zhang, Captain Xiao, and their 2 vice captains. They're here today to pick promising new members for their squads. I hope you all think carefully and don't rush your decision. Over by the contract tower, Captain Xiao called out, hey there, Junior. Hearing her, the girl turned around confused. Huh, are you talking to me? At that, Captain Xiao quickly walked over. Yep, you're the one. How would you like to join my search team too? Hearing this, the girl was stunned. Hummy, she shyly waved her hands in refusal. Captain Xiao, my contracted beast is just a blade of grass. Surprised by the rejection, the captain's face darkened, and with a smirk, she summoned her spirit beast. I want you on my team. The beast lunged, trying to bite the girl. Hiss, the girl threw her hands up to defend herself, screaming, ah. Suddenly, her tiny plant beast unleashed an attack to protect her, leaving the girl and everyone watching stunned by its power. Huh, what is this? Seeing the girl's true potential, Captain Xiao was thrilled. So, what do you say? Want to join my team? With your power, I could personally take you on fog expeditions next semester. The girl timidly spoke up. About that. She then glanced back over at Han Hai. What about Han Hai? Then she raised her hand and answered, Captain Xiao, can you give me some time to think about it? Captain Xiao replied cheerfully. Of course. Then I'll come by your dorm tonight to talk. At that, the girl replied happily. Okay, thank you, Senior Captain. Xiao turned to leave. See you later. Could it be some kind of undiscovered mutant plant? Teacher Wang, meanwhile, was thinking about the terrifying light from the magic tower. Could the phenomenon attributed to Han Hai have actually been caused by that girl's magic beast grade plant? I just didn't understand the delay, so that's what it was. Watching Han Hai walk away, Kai-An sneered from a distance. After enrollment, you just wait. Meanwhile, Han Hai looked off into the distance with a happy smile, thinking to himself, after waiting so long, I can finally move everyone into the inner city to live a good life. The system asked, open the newbie gift pack, yes. Seeing the question on the screen, Han Hai hits yes. Bam, a book lands on his head, postnatal care for mother pigs. As he's processing this weird-ass gift, the system apologizes for the screw-up and swaps it out for something else. Staring at the new book, Han Hai grumbled, "This system is so damn unreliable." Just then, a system notification popped up. Rewards distributed. The remaining 99 bags of divine beast food have been placed in your system space. Han Hai, book in one hand, and Dao Gei's food in the other, absent-mindedly waved it around. Annoyed, Dao Gei chomped down on Han Hai's entire hand. It left him speechless. "Looks like I've got my work cut out training you." Then he glanced at his system panel and was shocked. A single piece of dog food gives times that times much EXP. The panel showed a 1000% boost, straight to level 7. System notification host's physical stats have increased. Han Hai grinned at Dao Ge. "What's up, you want more?" As if he understood perfectly, Dao Ge let out a woof. Han Hai scooped him up, ruffling his fur. All right. First, you're hitting the training room with me." Next thing you know, the pair is heading over to the school's training facility. From a distance, an old man spots them, surprised. The school year hasn't even started, and he's already here to train. A slight smirk appeared on his face. This freshman. Interesting. Inside the gym, Han Hai and Dao Ge are swimming laps in the pool. Then they're hitting the treadmill, and after that, pumping iron. Asterisk. Huff 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 asterisk. Training complete. Han Hai admires his gains, thrilled. This 10 times growth rate is insane, and he jumps right back to lifting. A regular gym workout just doesn't cut it anymore. This feels amazing. After the session, a grinning Han Hai calls out Dao Ge, "Time to shower and get some grub." Hearing that, Dao Ge's eyes lit up as he barked happily. Inside the bathroom, Han Hai pulls up his system panel while toweling his hair. "I wonder just how strong I've gotten." On the system panel, total strength score 137. Total speed score 137. Total endurance score 137. Seeing the stats laid out, Han Hai's eyes widened in excitement. "My stats are 10 times what they were before. Leveling up, Dao Ge was totally worth it." He scoops up Dao Ge in a huge hug, shouting excitedly, "Dao Ge, you're the best." Scene change. Han Hai and Dao Ge are taking a walk down a major street. Han Hai checks the system and sighs. 93 bags in 3 days. Are you Johnny Depp's dog or something? He reluctantly hits purchase on more food for Dao Ge. My wallet's really gonna feel this one. While buying, he figures he should grab some emergency supplies and call his family. He turns and heads into a phone booth. Because of the strange fog, only landlines are working right now. Just as he reaches for the phone, someone calls his name. Han Hai. He turns around. Huh. In the distance, a group of 3, probably his classmates, are waving him over. "Han Hai, we were looking for you." Han Hai notices Li Hao acting shady. He asks scornfully, "Li Hao, what do you want from me? Hit the jackpot or something?" Li Hao doesn't beat around the bush. "It's your sister. She was worried, so she snuck over here. She's waiting for you in that back alley." He gives Han Hai a suggestive pat on the shoulder, almost like a warning, before leaving with his crew. Well, message delivered. We're out. Han Hai heads toward the alley, suspicious. "My sister, that's strange. She's way too timid to come all the way out here by herself. Even if Wang Kai'an is trying to get revenge with my current strength, I really shouldn't have to worry. Besides, the main street is right there. Might as well go in and crush any future problems." Despite knowing it's a trap, he and Dao Ge step inside. Asterisk, screech, asterisk, asterisk, woof woof woof, times, a monstrous bat creature dives straight for Han Hai. Crap, it's a mutant beast. A big thug steps out from behind Han Hai, sneering, "Freshmen are so gullible, thinking about running now, it's too late. I've been waiting all day to finally catch you." Then his eyes fall on the growling Dao Ge, and the thug thinks to himself, "They all said, this broke loser was the new kid who caused that whole spectacle. How is his contract beast just some plain black dog?" But he shrugs it off and commands his own spirit beast, "Whatever, phantom sound bat, take him down, just leave that newborn contract beast alive." The bat beast unleashes waves of sonic attacks at Han Hai. Seeing Han Hai clutch his head in pain, the thug grins satisfied. "I almost feel bad for a talented freshman like you. But hey, this world is a cruel place." Seeing his master in trouble, Dao Ge leaps in front to protect him, growling fiercely. Asterisk, woof, woof times. He looks just like a normal little pup. The thug thinks arrogantly, "If I can just capture this dog, the man in black will let me join his faction." But his jaw drops as he sees Dao Ge's true form reveal itself. At the same time, Han Hai effortlessly snatches the bat beast out of the air. "I only took that hit because I thought there was a bigger ambush," he says before crushing the spirit beast in his hand. "Turns out, this was all you had." The psychic link makes the thug cough up blood. Han Hai holds the limp bat beast. Pathetic. You're so weak it's unreal. But the moron still doesn't get it, screaming as he charges straight at Han Hai. Han Hai, I'm gonna mess you up. Hearing this, Han Hai glared at him darkly. Humph. The thug roared, summoning his spirit beast, the Yin Devil Bat. Full power, turn this brat's guts to mush. Knowing he couldn't hide his strength any longer, Han Hai finally unleashed his own power. Tss. The sight of that power made even the Yin Devil Bat hesitate, but the idiotic thug still charged forward, yelling, "Go die." Seeing this, Han Hai didn't hold back and landed a powerful blow right to his ribs. Ugh. Seeing this, the Yin Devil Bat froze in shock. Seizing the opportunity, Han Hai grabbed its wing, pulled it down, and ripped it clean off. Witnessing this, the thug clutched his side, trembling. No way. Absolutely impossible. Then he collapsed, groaning in agony. Ha. He looked at Han Hai and yelled in fear, You just formed your contract. Hearing this, Han Hai slowly advanced on him. Stay away from me. Realizing he could be killed by a freshman, the thug panicked and screamed, Wait, don't touch me. You live at 401, Suburban District 3. A family of 4. Your sister's name is… Han Hai's eyes narrowed. You know a lot. The thug threatened, while backing away. You, get it right. So what if you're strong? Watch out for your family. Hearing that, Han Hai's rage flared up as he provoked him. You idiot. Your life is in my hands now. Han Hai walked up to him, snapped one of his legs, and leaning down whispered, The roles of hunter and prey have now been reversed. I'm sure. My family won't have any problems, right? Then he grabbed the man by his leg and began dragging him deeper into the alley. Help, murderer. Hearing his pathetic cries, Han Hai said dismissively, Stop screaming. You dug your own grave. Suddenly, a girl appeared at the entrance of the alley, yelling, Stop right there. What do you think you're doing? I said, Stop. Hearing her, Han Hai turned back. What Dining introduced herself with a warning. City Guard Strike Team, Xiao Dining. Everybody freeze. Sensing a misunderstanding, Han Hai quickly explained, Senior, just ask him. He's the one who lured me here. Finally, seeing a lifeline, the thug crawled towards Dining, pleading, Officer, help me. At that, Dining glared at him darkly and asked, You brought a new student here. Seeing no way out, the thug confessed, through his tears, It was me, I attacked. First I tried to steal his contracted beast. Just get him away from me. You can lock me up instead. Hearing this, Dining turned to Han Hai and asked, Is that right? Han Hai and Dao Ge played along. Senior, you heard what he said. I was just acting in self-defense. Seeing how Han Hai was about to kill the guy, Dining thought grimly, more like excessive self-defense. The thug continued to plead desperately, Officer, I can't stay near him for another second, please. Suddenly, where his hand touched Dining, it began turning to stone. Dining's face darkened as she said coldly, The strike team has no room for scum like you. She then kicked his petrified body, hard, turning away, as she advised, If you weren't at fault, then this ends here. This stays between you and me. Han Hai understood and replied, Yes. He then thought to himself, There's something off about her. Is she an enemy or an ally? Suddenly, Dining stopped and turned back to Han Hai. Oh, right. The corpse of that contracted beast is worth tens of thousands. You deal with it. Hearing this, Han Hai was stunned. This bat is worth tens of thousands. My parents slave away all year and might not even make that kind of money. He looked down to see Dao Ge already devouring half of the bat. Dao Ge, what are you doing? Seeing this, he clutched his head in exasperation. How can you eat everything you see? As Han Hai checked his internal energy, he realized, Wait, I feel stronger. Is this the power Dao Ge is transferring to me? He turned to see Dao Ge happily offering him a bite. Arf, arf, want some? All Han Hai could say helplessly was, You're so getting it when we get home. Scene change. Teacher Wang's voice rings out. Everyone gather around. Hearing this, Kai An's group started gossiping. Hey Kai An, let me tell you, Han Hai is nothing compared to you. Yeah, he's just a nerd. His spiritual power is weaker than mine. I don't even know how he got into this academy. Exactly. Yesterday, that idiot didn't know his place and actually dared to fight you. I was being nice when I offered him a spot with me, but he dared to disrespect me. Such an ungrateful punk. Yeah, and he's still not here. He probably dropped out from the shame. Today's the class placement. He's probably scared he'll get into the worst class, so he's too afraid to show his face. Haha. Elsewhere, another crowd was buzzing. A blonde girl thought worriedly, Where's Han? Hi, why hasn't he arrived yet? Just then, one of Kai An's cronies shouted, Well, look who we have here. It's our top scorer, Han Hai. At his words, everyone turned to look. Han Hai calmly walked forward. Seeing him, Kai An sneered, Han Hai late for class placement. Do you think you're the main character or something? The lowest ranked class is waiting for you. Hearing this, Teacher Wang snapped, "That's enough." Seeing Han Hai, the students started murmuring, "Does he look more built than yesterday?" "Yeah, for real, I thought I was seeing things." What happened to Han Hai? As they gossiped, the image of Han Hai's hand came into focus, holding a spear. If the old Han Hai was a rusty wooden-handled spear, he was now a battle-hardened silver lance. Tio Nam, did you notice Han Hai got like way hotter all of a sudden? Totally, he's like 10 times more handsome. Ha, 10 times really. Huh, ignoring the gossip, Han Hai walked right past Kai An. Sensing Kai An's stare, Han Hai shot him a dark look. That bald guy yesterday mentioned some divine cult. Could this trash be involved? Then Han Hai turned away, thinking with contempt, still a coward. Kai An's lackeys immediately started mocking Han Hai. Boss, that Han Hai dude has changed a lot. No idea how he pulled it off. It's just an act. Anyone can glare like that. I can do it too. So what if he's changed? A mutt is still a mutt. Hearing this, Kai An burst out laughing. Haha, Boss Vung is gonna be the strongest. Even if that guy bulks up, he's just a gym rat. On the podium, Mr. Vung cleared his throat to get their attention. Ahem. He then began his speech. Class assignments are a crucial moment that will decide the rest of your lives. It also means you're choosing to fight the mist and the aberrant beasts, becoming humanity's last line of defense. Hearing Mr. Vung's words, the crowd below roared, "Wipe out the aberrant beasts! Wipe out the aberrant beasts!" Mr. Vung continued, "You now stand before 3 choices. First is the combat department, the core of every academy. Yuanjing Lao, Ma Bingjing Qing Qing, and even Danji Xiao Yining, who you met yesterday, all came from the combat department." Hearing that her recruiter was from the combat department, Tio Nam gasped. Whoa! The combat department is responsible for fighting aberrant beasts and stopping the mist from shrinking our territory. They are humanity's hope. Second is the research department. The research department focuses on studying the mist and the creatures that live within it. Dr. Yang is from the research department. His work helped double humanity's living space. Finally, there's the logistics department. The logistics department is in charge of supplying the entire city. Alright, that's everything you need to know. When I call your name, please come and line up at your assigned department. With that, Mr. Vung started reading the list. Kung Tio Nam Combat Department. Hearing her name for the combat department, Tio Nam cheered happily. Everyone around her celebrated too. Tio Nam, of course you made it into the combat department. I hear the benefits are insane. I'm so jealous. As the praise rolled in, Tio Nam stepped forward. So that girl from the suburbs really did contract a divine beast. That phenomenon was her after all. Mr. Vung announced Vung Kai in combat department. Hearing his name Kai, and thought smugly, humph, as expected, he then walked over to Tio Nam trying to hit on her. Hey beautiful, so you're the one who contracted the divine beast. Let's get to know each other. I'm Vung Kai An. Unsurprisingly, she gave him the cold shoulder. Ahem, Mr. Vung announced Han Hai Logistics Department. Hearing this, Han Hai wasn't the least bit surprised. And just as expected, the crowd erupted into whispers. Is that the top liberal arts student who contracted that mutt? The top student going into logistics. What a huge gap. That's hilarious. I thought he was supposed to be a big deal, but this is all he is. What an embarrassment for the top liberal arts student Han Hai. Haha, shocking. Mr. Vung spoke up. Han Hai, wait a moment. Han Hai asked, puzzled. What is it, sir? The teacher said awkwardly. Ahem. According to the school's plan, you were assigned to logistics. But because of your outstanding academic record, I spoke with a professor in the research department. You can be transferred there. Hearing this, Han Hai just stared blankly. Oh, the other students started complaining under their breath. On what grounds? That's so unfair. Well, he is the top liberal arts student. I guess it makes sense. What good are good grades? His spiritual power is total garbage, isn't it? Seeing Han Hai's silence, Mr. Vung tried again. So what do you say, Han Hai? If you apply yourself to research, it'll be a much better path than logistics. Hearing this, Kai An sneered internally. What a loser. No wonder I didn't see him yesterday. He was busy pulling strings behind the scenes. But to everyone's shock, Han Hai refused the offer. Thank you, sir, but I'd rather be in the logistics department. The combat department students were in an uproar. What is he insane? Yeah, turning down an opportunity that good. Mr. Vung slowly walked down towards Han Hai and advised him, don't listen to what they say. All that matters is that you have a clear conscience. Logistics has its dangers too. Your intellect and personality are perfectly suited for scientific research. But Han Hai stood his ground. Sir, I've made up my mind. I'm going to the logistics department. Hearing this, Mr. Vung had no choice but to give up. Sigh. Alright then. Someone in the logistics line looked back at Han Hai in disbelief. No way he's actually coming over. Han Hai cheerfully got in line, but internally, he let out a long sigh. This was all for Daobro's next meal. The logistics department was the only place he could get the resources to feed this little pup model. With this, leveling up is going to be a breeze. One of the guys approaches Han Hai to say hi. From now on, we're all on the logistics team, so let's get along. But suddenly some dude grabs the mic and screams, "It's on you, newbies. Now get into your department uniforms. After you're changed, we'll teach you your first lesson." After putting on his uniform, Kai An struts out arrogantly and shouts, "Han Hai, let's see you try to fight me now." But Han Hai couldn't care less about him. He just looks at his new uniform thinking, this is the logistics department's uniform. The other students are also bummed out by their uniforms, whispering amongst themselves, "Man, our uniforms are so lame." Yeah, just look at the combat department's gear. So badass. The guy with the mic from the stage smirks, time to whip these newbies into shape. He then summons his spirit beast and attacks everyone, forcing even Kai An to struggle just to defend himself. Ha ha. He then slowly descends from the stage, declaring, "This year's freshmen are pathetic. Even the one who contracted a divine beast is nothing special." But when his eyes land on Han Hai and Xiao Nan, he pauses. Oh, now this is interesting. He then recalls his spirit beast and turns away. Looking down on the freshmen, he introduces himself with a smug grin. "Listen up, you runts. I'm Long Nam, captain of Squad 2, in the combat division of the Zenan City Base Battle Group." Then he starts laying out the rules for today's battle. "I've always been a hands-on kind of guy. You've all probably heard. Lately the beasts have been getting more and more active, and humanity's strength to fight back is slowly fading. If we don't fight, we die. If we do fight, we might still die, but at least more of us might survive. There's not much time left for you all to grow up. This will be your first test since you enrolled." After hearing the rules, everyone freaks out. Is he kidding? He's sending us to our deaths. Get ready for a beatdown, and you have to find your own gear. Even Han Hai gets serious, not expecting a test this soon. But this is also a chance to get stronger. Long Nam roars quiet. "During this test, the core commanders will be here to guarantee your safety. Plus, there will be tons of rewards. The specific rewards and scoring system will be announced right before the test begins. The test will be in 3-person teams. You now have less than an hour to group up." Hearing the final instructions, everyone scrambles to find teammates. It's starting so soon. "Big bro, let me join you. It's all dudes here. Where are the girls, Wang bro? Don't leave us behind." Kai An immediately turns to Xiao Nan to try his luck again. "Hey cutie, wanna join my group?" And the answer, of course, is a hard no. Han Hai seems to have found a small squad. The members start introducing themselves. "I'm Anshua Hui, and my contract beast is a Sika deer. C-rank talent." "I'm Su Wei. My contract beast is a lion goose, also C-rank talent." Seeing that Shu Wei's contract beast is a goose, Shui Hui walks over, drooling. "Wow, that looks delicious." Seeing this, Shu Wei protectively hugs his goose. "What are you trying to do?" Shui Hui just teases him more. "It looks seriously tasty. Just let me pet it." Han Hai just stares at them completely helpless and introduces himself. "I'm Han Hai. My contract beast is this dog, F-rank talent." After hearing Han Hai's intro, Shu Wei puffs out his chest. "Well, since we're all around the same level, I guess I'll have to be the team captain." And so their team finally enters the testing grounds. Whoa, is this the outskirts? It's pretty desolate, huh? Neither of my teammates seems reliable at all. Seeing the test hasn't officially started, Han Hai thinks I need to use this time to level up. Teacher Wang and the instructors from earlier call out from the entrance. "Alright students, listen up. If you run into danger, just shout for help. The commanders and teachers will come to your aid immediately." But suddenly, Dao Ge takes off. "Xiao Dao, what are you doing?" Seeing him run off, Han Hai has no choice but to chase after him. "Hey, wait up, Xiao Dao." Passing through a thick fog, Han Hai runs into his first opponents. These are mist monsters. He and Dao Ge get into a fighting stance. "Well, since we're here, might as well test my skills. These two look pretty weak." The two of them charge forward and take them all out in just a few moves. "These low-level monsters are no threat to me." Suddenly, a voice calls out from within the fog. It was the old man, Han Hai, had met at the door of the training hall. "Don't be alarmed. I came to get you. The test is about to begin." "Well, now I remember seeing you at the training hall entrance. You're a hard-working kid." Hearing that, Han Hai relaxes and replies, "You flatter me, senior. Sorry to have troubled you." The old man then gives him a little reminder. "But the test hasn't started yet. You won't get any points for killing these mist creatures right now." Han Hai scratches his head, replying sheepishly, "I was just trying them out." The old man steps closer and pats his shoulder encouragingly. "You've got more guts than any of the other new students. Keep it up, kid. If you have time, practice your skills. It'll make earning points much easier. At that, Han Hai cups his hands in thanks. Thank you for the advice, senior. But what are the points used for? Get back to your teammate's position. Come with me for now. The squad captain will explain later. Yes, thank you, senior. The moment he got back, Shu Wei chewed him out. Where the hell did you run off to? Sorry. Inside the testing formation, two shady figures were having a calm but ominous chat. The plans changed. Let's test this new student. He might prove useful to our cause, and I can eat the rest right. Meanwhile, Shu Wei and Xue Hui were getting worried. Where did Han Hai go? Don't worry, the instructor sent someone to find him. Suddenly in the distance, Han Hai reappeared. The second Xu Wei saw Han Hai, he let him have it. Where were you? I seriously thought you ditched the two of us and bailed. All Han Hai could do was stammer, sorry, before quickly blaming his pet to change the subject. He just ran off on his own. I had to chase him down, that's why I'm late. Seeing that time was running out, Xue Hui urged them to grab their gear. Come on, you're here now. Grab a weapon, we're about to head out. She then handed Han Hai a bracelet. This is your point tracker. Staring at it, Han Hai asked blankly, a point tracker. Xu Wei sighed in frustration. You missed the whole explanation on points. I'll fill you in once we're inside the test. The three of them then headed through the gate where the test began. Noticing that Xue Hui only brought a small dagger, Xu Wei asked worriedly, Hui, is that one little dagger really going to be enough? Plus your Sika deer doesn't seem to have any attack power. Guess I'll have to protect you. Hearing that, Xue Hui scoffed. Xu Wei, if you've got so much free time, why don't you worry about yourself? Suddenly, a monster appeared behind Xu Wei, scaring him so bad he fell over. Hearing the commotion, Han Hai spun around. What's wrong? What's going on? In contrast to the panic from Han Hai and Xu Wei, Xue Hui just burst out laughing. Haha, look at you freaking out. That's literally the weakest monster in this mist. Feeling totally embarrassed, Xu Wei tried to save face. Hey, it's still dangerous, you know. Han Hai then stepped in to explain the monster's power. These mist people are slow. They're actually pretty good for target practice. Let's just take this thing out first. But even with that explanation, Xu Wei was still trembling as he stammered. Don't come any closer. One more step and I'll cut you down. Han Hai then called out to Xue Hui. We should get ready too. Right, Xue Hui replied. Xu Wei screamed and started swinging wildly. Arg, but it didn't do a thing. Han Hai then gave him instructions. The core in its chest, that's its weak spot. He then lunged forward to strike the monster's weak point, but it wasn't going to be easy. Whoa, this thing's tough. As if sensing Xu Wei's hesitation, the monster swung its arm right at him. But in the end, it was Han Hai who had to step in and finish it. Panting, Xu Wei complained, only a few points for that, what a total grind. After finishing off the monster, Han Hai sheathed his sword and asked a question. Hearing him, Xue Hui picked up the crystal and started to explain. Right, so how do the points work anyway? The weakest monsters like the mist people are only worth 1 point. A tier 1 mist beast is 10 points. A tier 2 mist beast is 100 points. You just have to scan the crystal core with your bracelet to log the points. Han Hai took the core, scanned it and said, if that's the case, isn't this system totally unfair for us support class people? Hearing that, the other two replied, we can also get points for analyzing the mist creatures' bodies with our bracelets, but it's not worth much. Plus, for monsters that just disintegrate like the mist people, there's nothing left to analyze. He glanced over at his pet Dao Ka, who looked happy as can be. He thought, if he can wipe out a ton of monsters, couldn't I rack up double the points? Then he tossed the crystal towards Dao Ka. Here, little Dao. At that, everyone screamed, don't eat it. Xue Hui knelt down to look at the little guy. Can this puppy eat anything? Han Hai asked. What happens if it eats a crystal core? She said, prying Dao Ka's mouth open. She said worriedly, crystal cores are poisonous to contracted beasts. Will it die if it eats one? It shouldn't, right? Scared, Dao Ka ran to hide behind Han Hai. How is he totally fine? Hearing her, Han Hai just laughed. Haha, looks like the textbooks aren't always right, huh? Xu Wei pointed and yelled, hey, you guys look, there's a ton of mist beasts over there. Han Hai looked toward the supermarket. There's a whole bunch in the supermarket and they're all low level. At that, Xu Wei got super pumped. What are we waiting for? Those are free points, let's go. So they all rushed in, fighting their hearts out for just a few measly points less than what a combat class student gets for one monster. System notification: Devouring Skyhound, upgrade progress 50%. Host has unlocked Blade Arts boost. He looked at the system panel. Han Hai thought, looks like I've still got a ways to go. Then he announced cheerfully, summon your contracted beasts. Let's try hunting some high-level monsters. The instructors monitoring the test suddenly noticed a problem and spoke with alarm. The test area was cleared in advance. Why is a massive beast tide showing up? The students panicked at the sight of the beast tide, running for their lives. Ah, somebody help. Seeing the chaos, he summoned his divine beast and shot across the sky, and sent out an alert. This is bad. The new students are in danger. Beast tide. A beast tide is attacking. I repeat, beast tide attack. All students get inside the buildings immediately for cover. Hearing the order, everyone bolted. Run for it. Han Hai's group immediately split up and scattered. Why is there a sudden beast tide? How the hell would I know? We're taking cover here. What's up with you? 2 times pants, heavily times. I'm fine. Out of nowhere, a monster lunged right at them, going straight for Han Hai. Dao Ge, seeing Han Hai single-handedly smoke that beast, the other 2 were floored. Whoa, he's so strong. Big bro Han is a total badass. Han Hai glanced back, gave a quick hand signal and said, "Hey, keep this between us, okay?" A desperate scream echoed from afar. Help! Hearing it, Han Hai looked over and said, "You 2 stay here, don't move." But they immediately argued back. "Helping people is our job as support. Yeah, don't leave me behind, I'm going with you." Realizing he couldn't stop them, Han Hai just grabbed his sword. "Fine, you 2 follow me." They all headed towards the battle. Xiao Dao lead the way. Woof woof. After sprinting for a while, the other 2 were gasping for air as they saw people up ahead. The students cheered. It's help, we're saved. But just then, a girl was suddenly dragged into the mist. "Ah, look out," a creepy voice echoed from within the fog. Hehehe. Quite the party we have here. Spotting the shadowy figure, Han Hai got serious. This is bad. This guy's a real threat. I might have to use times that asterisk. Can't do it. Too many people here. If I reveal my true strength, it'll just attract unwanted trouble. The villain spotted Han Hai and unleashed his snake beast. "It's you." Han Hai raised his sword to block, but it was no use. Holy crap, this thing's tough. Seeing Han Hai get trapped, his friends yelled out, "Han Hai, big bro Han." The snake beast squeezed, and you could hear his bones crack. The villain cackled, "Ha, so that's all you are." But suddenly, Han Hai ripped himself free, doubling over and spitting up blood. Shu Wei and Shui Hui immediately ran to him. "Big bro Han, are you okay?" Han Hai just wiped his mouth and said, "I'm fine, it's just 2 broken ribs." The villain smirked. "So, you're still alive." Then, with a wicked gesture, he announced, "Then let's move on to the next one." But then a massive bird swooped down from the sky. "Well, look at that. Reinforcements." The guy from the Safety Institute landed, recognized the villain's face and snarled, "I was wondering who was crashing the exam. So it's the world-ending remnant sect." They helped Han Hai to his feet, overjoyed that backup was here. "It's an officer. Help's finally here." "The officer is here. We're saved. We're finally safe." But the villain from the remnant sect lost it. So noisy. "Shut your mouths," he roared, unleashing a massive attack on the crowd. The officer was shocked. "No way. He's too damn strong." Seeing his opponent couldn't even block one hit, the villain swaggered forward. "Looks like you're nothing special." The situation was dire. The officer screamed, "Get out of here, run." But then a massive shadow fell over them. "Oh no, we're screwed." The villain cackled, thinking of running. Too late. Seeing the 3 giant beasts, Shui Hui gasped in fear. "Tier 2 satellite beasts." Han He quickly turned and asked, "Tier 2 satellite beasts. Are they that tough?" Shui Hui answered, "They're the absolute strongest among Tier 2 mist beasts. Their defense is crazy high, and their power is terrifying. We need to run and get the teachers now." Things were looking bad, so Han Hai yelled to Shu Wei. "Shu Wei, let's go." Shu Wei immediately snatched up his spear and responded, "Big bro Han, I got your weapon." As the students started to clear out, the officer whistled for his spirit beast. Hearing the call, the giant bird dove into battle with its master. He had to buy time for the students. Han Hai and his friends were now scrambling to find backup. "We're supposed to run and find help. Why is there an enemy this powerful here? Even the officer's not a sure thing." Suddenly, a lion ambushed them from the right. Han Hai and Dao Ge instantly jumped in to fight the beast. "Get lost," Han Hai roared, telling everyone else to run. "You guys go find the other teachers. I'll keep this thing busy." "Xiao Dao, let's go." Seeing a few of them just frozen in place, Han Hai whipped around and screamed, "What are you spacing out for? Move it or we all die here." The rest of them scrambled. "Go, go, go." Han Hai turned to Shu Wei. "Lao Shu, hand me my blade." Shu Wei looked at him worried. "But you're injured." Han Hai just replied nonchalantly, "Relax, I'm fine." Sword in hand, Han Hai and Dao Ge charged forward together and obliterated the beast. Shu Wei and Shui Hui were ecstatic. Big bro Han is unstoppable. That was awesome. With the beast dead, Dao Ge immediately dove in for a tasty meal. Han Hai stared at his wound confused. Wait. The pain just disappeared. He went and sat down in a corner. He pulled up the system to see what was up. A notification popped up. Talent Heaven Swallowing Divine Hound activated. Upgrade successful. Acquired ability Abyss, Beast acquired form, Divine Hound, General. Seeing this insane power-up, Han Hai was stunned. Han Hai gasped. The system description says his Divine Hound can transform into its adult devouring Skyhound form. It goes from a pup to its adult state for a short time, getting a huge power boost, but the beast becomes extremely weak afterward. Han Hai's face grew serious. After the upgrade, does its devour skill also have a healing effect now? I wonder what this little guy's true form even looks like. Just then, Shui Hui and Shu Wei came over. Han Hai about this crystal core, but a voice from afar cut them off. Oh, so you guys actually know how to fight. A villain appeared, holding a security officer. He sneered, think you can entertain me for a while. Seeing this, Han Hai yelled, hurry, you two get out of here, Brother Han, but a massive python sent him flying with a tail whip. His friends shouted, Brother Han, we'll get the teachers. Han Hai immediately took off in the opposite direction, trying to lead them away. Damn it, I can't shake them. Using the true form is too risky. If I can't guarantee a one-hit KO, I'll be a sitting duck. Guess I'll have to take your beast down first. With no other choice, Han Hai and Dao Ka charged in. Dao Ka. The villain was stunned as Han Hai sliced his level 2 spirit beast in half with a single blow. After leveling up, Han Hai grinned. Taking these guys down is way easier now. The villain just scoffed. Han Hai rushed in to fight the villain head-on. Just then, the security officer woke up and saw the python's sneak attack, screaming, watch out. The villain managed to get the upper hand on Han Hai, while Dao Ka was also pinned down. The villain laughed maniacally as his python lunged from behind. The officer screamed again, behind you. Han Hai's heart sank. Crap, it's too late, I completely forgot about that thing. In a flash, a massive eagle dove in, taking the fatal blow for Han Hai. It cried out in agony and collapsed. Xiaoxi, the villain, backed away. Han Hai struggled to defend himself. Damn it, I'm still too inexperienced. The villain floated into the air, a dark look on his face. You people are fascinating. Willing to throw away your lives for such pathetic reasons. With that, he viciously swung his blade at the injured teacher on the ground. It's sickening. Han Hai screamed teacher, but again, the brave eagle shielded its master with its own body. Xiaoxi, the teacher cried out, collapsing as he felt his beast's pain. Haha, what the hell do you know? Asterisk, cough, cough, asterisk. Annoyed that the teacher could still talk trash, the villain raised his hand to finish him off. Suddenly, a voice radiating a terrifyingly cold aura boomed out, freezing the villain in his tracks. Enough. Seething with rage, Han Hai slowly advanced, pointing at the monster. His pup had transformed into the Divine Hound's true form. Staring at the overwhelming power, the villain stammered, What the hell is that? I have to run, or I'm dead, he thought. Move. Why won't my body move? Han Hai approached like a demon. So, it seems you're not so eager to die for your precious little cult after all, huh? The taunt worked. The villain roared. Shut your mouth. I was just ordered to test you, but if you're begging for death, I'll grant your wish. Test me, Han Hai asked, casually blocking the snake's attack with one hand. The villain then began a blood ritual, channeling a blood sacrifice to power up his serpent. The empowered python roared, unleashing its ultimate attack, Serpent's Frenzy. With that, the two beasts clashed. Riding the serpent, the villain screamed like a madman. You bastard, I'll kill you. Go on, bite him to shreds. Realizing this wasn't working, Han Hai glanced back at his partner. Dao Ka, got any way to stop that thing? With a howl, Dao Ka went into action. The two of them perfectly coordinated to split the villain from his beast. Huh. The plan worked like a charm. Awesome job, Dao Ka, Han Hai cheered. Han Hai instantly appeared behind the disoriented villain. Where did the brat go? Before he could react, Han Hai grabbed his head and savagely slammed him down. Gotcha, Han Hai said, gripping his neck. The villain pleaded in terror. Don't kill me. Hearing that, Han Hai sneered. Do I look like the merciful type? Knowing it was over, the villain screamed desperately. If I'm going down, you're coming with me. He ordered his python to attack Di. Han Hai casually tossed the man aside and obliterated the massive python with a single punch. The villain stumbled back, begging, please spare me. But there was no mercy. Han Hai finished him with one clean strike, then deactivated Dao Ka's Divine Hound's true form. With the battle won, he and Dao Ka walked over to the teacher and collapsed in exhaustion. Asterisk. Phew. Asterisk. Seeing the teacher's eyes open, Han Hai asked, Sir, you're awake, are you okay? The teacher grunted back gruffly. Of course I am. You're looking sharp, sir. Seeing this, Han Shi replied nervously, Hey, you just coughed up blood. Don't push it. With everything settled, the teacher asked in shock, Did you handle that snake and its tamer? Hearing this, Han Shi casually stood up. He replied, Sir, since you're awake, let's find a safer place to talk. The two then chatted as they relocated. So that's what happened. Man, I was almost a goner. My bad. But sir, who the hell is that organization? They're the world-ending cult, an evil sect that treats human life like trash. Another cult member casually stepped out from the rubble. He said with a yawn, over already, looks like this kid is hiding a lot of secrets. Shu Wei and Shui Hui looked around anxiously. Is Brother Han still not back yet? From out of the fog, Han Shi and Dao Ge slowly emerged. Heard someone was missing me. Woof. Seeing Han Shi, they both shouted happily. Brother Han, little Dao Shu Wei rushed over to give him a hug. Brother Han, you're finally back. I was worried sick. Whoa, are your wounds all healed? Shui Hui picked up Dao Ge to inspect him. Dao Jie's fine too, but I think he's gotten a lot fatter. Feeling the attention, Dao Jie yapped happily. Woof woof. Looking at Dao Ji's physique, Shui Hui quickly realized, don't tell me. Little Dao ranked up woof. Seeing Shu Wei's confused face, Dao Ji barked. Woof woof woof. What are you looking at? Shui Hui turned to Han Shi. So, Brother Han, what about that snake tamer? Hearing this, Han Shi answered grimly. He's dead. Shu Wei's face lit up. Holy crap, Brother Han, you're a total beast. Yeah. Han Zi shushed him and pulled his friends close. He whispered, this, and the fact that little Dao ranked up. This stays between us. Don't tell a soul. Shu Wei replied earnestly, don't worry big bro, our lips are sealed. Elsewhere, the principal was fuming, slamming his desk and roaring, this is outrageous, how dare that evil cult. The teacher who was injured in the fight spoke up to calm him, Principal, please calm down. The test area is under tight security. This could only happen if there's a mole from the cult in the school or the combat divisions. The principal asked suspiciously, Teacher Chen, are you suggesting? The teacher proposed they find the students who were attacked to understand the situation first. We should also get the top combat division captains to the exit gate. A female upperclassman then came to interview Han Xi's group. Excuse me, underclassmen. Do you have a moment? We're from the student council sent by the principal to investigate the attacks during the test. She then led them to a room full of others involved in the fight. Follow me this way. The moment they saw Han Shi, the room started buzzing. That's him, the one called Han Shi. Yeah, I heard he really made a name for himself. A few people started spreading malicious gossip. That's definitely him. Hey, you guys know right? When he saved us, he single-handedly defeated a rank 2 star-devouring beast. No way. Isn't he the top student who contracted that black dog? Him, the dog valedictorian, can defeat a rank 2 star-devouring beast. Get real. Does that mean he could even take down our brother Wang's beast? Brother Han saved over 20 of us. Say one more bad thing about him, I dare you. What are you freaking out for, idiot? Hearing those nasty words, Shu Wei got pissed. You. But not wanting to start trouble, Han Si calmed him down. Come on, just ignore them. Fine. The three of them then found a place to sit. Let's sit here, it's quieter. Suddenly the upperclassman from before approached. Han Shi. Hearing his name, Han Shi looked up. Yes. She then leaned down and asked, could you cooperate with our investigation? Han Shi replied awkwardly, yes. The upperclassman leaned forward, revealing her massive bust and asked, so, Han Shi, I heard your group not only stopped the black-robed man's attack, but also covered the escape of over 20 students. Han Shi scratched his head and replied, we just heard someone cry for help and went to assist. Escaping from that guy was pure luck. She pressed further, probing, so, how did you handle the rank 2 star-devouring beast? Flustered Han Shi explained, the beast was fast but not very strong. I just fought it head-on for a bit and it took off. It was obviously a lie. Danzi helplessly crossed her arms thinking, right, total B.S. Suddenly, a scornful voice came from the doorway. Well, heard you scrubs from the logistics division got attacked. Surprised so many of you are still breathing. Kai An sneered as he strode in, announcing, I heard you even had safety officers secretly babysitting you. How cushy. What was it, a picnic? The students in the room burst out laughing. Ha ha ha. Ignoring the upperclassman completely, Kai An walked right up to Han Si to taunt him. Han Si, even though your skills are absolute garbage, you sure are lucky. What cat got your tongue scared? Guess the dog valedictorian is all bark and no bite. Seeing him mock others, Danji furiously slammed a chair down and yelled, don't think you can do whatever you want just because you're from the combat division. Why don't you take a good long look in the mirror? Hearing that Kai An's face darkened, and he stammered nervously, Senior, that's not what I meant. Then she turned and ordered, get lost, all of you. Furious, Kai An told his group to scram. Fine, let's go. One of his lackeys whispered, Boss, are we really just gonna let this slide? Hearing this, Kai An's face darkened as he snapped, not one word about today's incident. Got it, and with that, Kai An's crew took off. Shu Wei and Shui Hui immediately started chatting. Man, that scared the crap out of me. She's terrifying when she's pissed. I don't know, I think she's even cuter when she's mad. Han Hai just gave a forced smile. Senior, thanks for your help back there, but did you need me for something? I've already told you everything I know. Seeing how nervous he was, she stepped closer and said gently, relax, I don't bite. But your performance on this test was outstanding. I just talked it over with the student council. We'd like to recommend you join us. Looking around, Han Hai realized joining the student council had some serious perks, not just cultivation resources but extra rewards too. Most importantly, free food. But I wonder if that includes meals for little Dao. Han Hai thought it over, then replied, Senior, let me think about it. She smiled brightly, sure, but don't take too long. Then she turned and walked away. Get some rest. The test results will be posted tomorrow morning. Han Hai nodded, got it. A list was already up on the announcement board, and a huge crowd was rushing toward it. The results are out, let's go see. I wonder who's number one this time. Seeing the mob, Shui Hui sighed, there's way too many people, we'll never get through. Han Hai replied, it's cool, Shu Wei's already in there checking for us. The crowd was a chaotic mess. Hey, stop shoving, I can't see. Someone up front read the rankings out loud. Shu Wei finally reached the board and began reading off the ranks. 10th place, Combat Depth. Wu Mengfan with 254 points. 9th, Combat Depth. Zhu Ziping, 298 points. As he got to the top ranks, the crowd gasped. 5th place, Logistics Depth. And Xue with 430 points. The Logistics Depth actually made it onto the leaderboard. Who the heck is Shui Wei? Isn't that the girl with the deer? No way. Hell yeah, the Logistics Depth is finally getting some respect. Hearing this, Kai An sneered, it's just one 5th place finish, still a bunch of losers. Suddenly Shu Wei screamed with joy as he read his own name. Holy crap, 4th place, Logistics Depth. Shu Wei, 460 points. Are you kidding me? 2 people from the Logistics Depth are on the rankings? Furious Kai, and shoved his way through the crowd. Get out of my way, I need to see the top 3. His crew started shouting the names. 3rd place, Combat Depth, Wang Kai, Ain, 567 points. That's my boy, Boss Wang, he only got 3rd. 2nd place, Combat Depth, Jiang Xiaonan, 593 points. Kai An raged, who's number 1? His lackey yelled back in fear. Number 1. Logistics Depth. Han Hai. When the top rank was announced, the entire crowd was stunned into silence. Number 1. Logistics Depth, Han Hai. With a personal score of 2,100 points. Standing in the stunned crowd, Kai An listened to them whisper about Han Hai's rank. Number 1, from Logistics. Am I going deaf? This has to be fake. That guy with the black mutt, yeah, you heard right. A student from the Logistics Depth. Beat the Combat Depth for the top spot. Did he maybe kill a bunch of super weak 2nd or 3rd tier mist beasts? Are you kidding? No matter how weak they are, a tier 2 or 3 would still kill you. A bottom tier mist beast is only 1 point. He couldn't have killed over 2,000 in a few hours, Kai An thought, his face twisting in anger. Number 1. Han Hai. How with that worthless black dog? That piece of crap definitely cheated. Shu Wei stood proudly in the crowd, boasting about Boss Han's score. His score is more than 4 times higher than Wang Kai An's. Hey Boss Han, if we're trash, what's that make the Combat Depth? So-called divine beast, worse than trash, enraged Kai, and grabbed Shu Wei's collar. What did you just say? Jian Wu slammed his fist on the table. What did you just say? A student from the Logistics Depth took 1st place. Dan Shui calmly sipped her tea. I was surprised myself. I never expected a freshman from our class to be that good. A man asked, have you confirmed this with the safety team? Dan Xiu replied, it's been confirmed. The news has already made it all the way to the principal's office. We've got a situation. Suddenly, a student burst in, panting. Miss Bai Han Hai is about to fight the Combat Depth. Students, you need to get out there quick. Hearing this, the other teacher stood up. Let's go. I want to meet this Han Hai for myself. Thinking this might be interesting, Jian Wu thought, he might actually be a hidden gem. I have to see this. Back with the students, Kai, and angrily raised his fist. Say that again. Who's worse than trash? Shu Wei shot back. You are obviously. Enraged Kai. An swung a heavy punch at Shu Wei. You bastard, Shu Wei screamed. Boss Han, help me. Han Hai moved in an instant, blocking the punch. Wang Kaian, that's enough. Shu Wei cheered. Boss Han Kaian smacked Han Hai's hand away, snarling, fine, I'll let him off the hook today. Then Kai An charged straight at Han Hai. But you're taking his punishment for him. Seeing this, Han Hai dodges and slams a fist into his gut. Bullseye. Kai An rubs his stomach. Not bad. Then he summons his spirit beast to attack Han Hai. Let's see you handle my being gone. Seeing this too yet? Hai panics. This is bad. That move from Wang Kai-an is meant to kill. Pissed off Han Hai unleashes a counterattack that makes even Kai-an flinch. Whoosh, you're forcing my hand. Suddenly the teachers appear and shut the fight down. Stop it. Everyone stop right now. Dan Thu angrily crosses her arms, scolding them. There's no fighting on school grounds. Seeing the teachers, Hua Vi immediately tries to clear Han Hai's name. Miss Bak Wang Kai-an started it. Hearing this, a teacher turns to Kai-an. Wang Kai-an, what is all this? He immediately fires back. Sir, I request a full breakdown of the scores. And just like that, his whole crew backs him up. Han Hai must have cheated. His contracted beast is just a black dog. How could he possibly get 2,000 points? Yeah, right. A single black dog cleared the entire exam zone. No one's gonna believe that. Did the safety team carry him just so he could get first place? Hearing them discredit his friend, Hua Vi furiously storms forward to confront them. Were you guys living under a rock? You didn't even face the beast tide. How would you know how strong Big Bro Han is? Kai-an's lackey gets triggered and fires back. Who are you yelling at? I'm positive you guys cheated. Seeing things getting out of hand, Dan Thu steps in. Alright, that's enough. Quiet down. Then she turns to Kai-an releasing. The detailed scores is no problem at all. Dan Thu then begins to explain. As you all know, the logistics department ran into a beast tide during the exam. Because of this crisis, out of 8 safety officers, 1 was crippled and 3 were critically injured. Han Hai on his own killed hundreds of mist beasts, saved over 20 students, fought off 3 Tier 2 Phaeton beasts, and even teamed up with a safety officer to take down the mastermind behind it all. All of this has been officially confirmed by both the school and the safety officers. After that explanation, the entire school explodes with cheers and gossip. Holy crap, the mastermind was taken down with help from Big Bro Han. Big Bro Han is so badass. From now on, Han Hai is my idol. I heard a dozen combat students got wrecked by a single Tier 2 mist beast, but he and his dog managed to send 3 of them running. Hearing all this, Kai-an refuses to believe it. No way. That's impossible. Dan Thu smiles and congratulates Han Hai. Han Hai, congratulations on ranking first in this exam. But she also gives him a warning. From now on, be careful not to break any more school rules. Han Hai just scratches his head. Yes, ma'am. Dan Thu continues. Later I'll talk to the head of the logistics department to get you some extra. But a voice suddenly cuts her off. Miss Bak, hold on a second. Qianvo approaches Han Hai and asks gently, so you're Han Hai, the one who took first place in the exam? Han Hai respectfully replies, yes sir. And you are. The old man introduces himself. I am Liu Qianvo. Seeing him, the crowd starts buzzing. Who's this old guy? Holy smokes, that's Head Liu of the combat department. They call him the Mist Fiend. What's he doing here? After the introduction, Han Hai bows his head. Hello Head Liu, is there something I can help you with? Qianvo gets straight to the point. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Kid, you've got great physical potential and serious combat power. How about transferring to my combat department? He then pulls Han Hai aside. If you transfer to the combat department, I'll personally teach you the secret to ranking up your contracted beast. I'll even pass on the unique combat skills I developed myself. So what do you say? Suddenly, a loud voice booms Liu Qianvo, you old coot, don't you dare ruin a prime talent. Seeing who it is, Qianvo shouts back, Zhang Zhe, you old fool, don't you have any manners? Seeing Zhang Zhe, the crowd buzzes again. Who's this guy now? Zhang Zhe. Don't tell me that's Head Zhang, the top researcher from the research department. Zhang Zhe approaches Qianvo to explain. One of my teachers already put in a request to have this top student transferred to my department. Hearing this, Qianvo grits his teeth. You. If we're talking about who was first, you're second in line. Zhang Zhe quickly rushes over to Han Hai with his own offer. Young Han, transfer to the research department and you'll have unlimited access to enhancement and healing potions. What do you think? And just like that, the two start fighting over a freshman. He's mine. Like hell he is, he's mine. Getting squished like a human sandwich, Han Hai finally speaks up, esteemed department heads. Seeing them shamelessly fighting over him, Dan Thu furiously pulls Han Hai into a hug and yells, are you two old geezers finished yet? Are you trying to poach my student right in front of me? It's rare for the logistics department to get a star like this. I'm not letting him go. Han Hai, meanwhile, is suffocating in a very soft place. Ack. She then pulls him back. Han Hai, if you want to transfer, I'll understand. I'll respect your choice. Hearing this, Han Hai joyfully waves his hands. It's alright, I've already decided the logistics department is awesome. The logistics department is great. Seeing this, Qianvo tries to interject. Han Hai, I need to be clear about this. Han Hai tactfully declined. I appreciate the offer, directors, but I really like the logistics department. Either way, I'll be contributing to the base city, so there's no need to transfer. Hearing this, the two old teachers had no choice but to give up. What an interesting kid. Those two witnessed the entire exchange. Kai and fumed. On what grounds? On what grounds? Seeing the fury in his eyes, Teacher Diane put a comforting arm around his shoulder. Kai, Ann, don't lose heart. Kai Ann turned to him and said, Teacher Diane, I can't accept this. Then Teacher Diane began to explain, fanning the flames of his competitive spirit. Your contract beast is an A-rank demonic beast. Its potential for growth is way higher than his. He might look impressive at the lower tiers, but once you reach the higher ranks, you'll blow right past him. Hearing this, Kai Ann stared at his hands. But he's making the whole combat department a laughingstock. Teacher Diane continued, that's why you have to train your ass off. The school-wide tournament is coming up. Go teach him a lesson, and restore the honor of the combat department. The three of them strolled back to the office. Jian Wu offered his praise. Miss Bai, you found yourself a real gem. Dan Thu replied modestly, oh, it was nothing. I just got lucky. Suddenly they all froze in their tracks. The principal sat there, his face dark and grim. Jian Wu was the first to ask Principal, what brings you here? Seeing they were all gathered, the principal spoke up. I heard from Chen Li's report that this kid is pretty impressive. I was just passing by and decided to check things out. Then pointing at them grimly, he asked, I also heard you two fought Miss Bai over this student. You nearly came to blows right in front of the students. Hearing this, Jian Wu and Zhang Xiang looked away embarrassed. Principal, it was shameful. The principal slammed his hand on the table, furious. He shot up and roared, I can let it slide that the top student was assigned to the logistics department. But at your age, squabbling like children in front of students, have you no shame? Then he picked up a list from the desk. However, the logistics department isn't half bad this year. 3 of the top 5 are logistics students. The combat department, on the other hand, has been slacking off for years. Hearing this, Jian Wu and Zhang Xiang immediately jumped in, trying to plead their case again. Principal, we'll follow your lead from now on, but please can you use your authority to transfer Han Hai to the combat department? I swear I'll pour everything into training him. Principal, me too. The annoyed principal waved his hand dismissively. Not another word. Why didn't you speak up sooner? The decision is final. If I change it now, what am I supposed to tell Miss Bai? Standing in the back, Dan Thu beamed with pride. Yes. Meanwhile, the two men slumped in defeat. C***. I guess that's that. The principal approached Dan Thursday. Miss Bai, where is Han Hai? He didn't just perform exceptionally well on this test. He also saved quite a few of our other students. I need to reward him personally. Hearing the principal's words, Dan Thu immediately spoke up. Principal, I just saw Han Hai heading to the training room. I'll take you to him. Hearing that the principal himself was going to see Han Hai, the other teachers were stunned. The principal is going to see him personally. Does the principal really think that highly of this new student? Jian Wu approached the principal and whispered, Sir, is your interest in Han Hai because of the rumor that he killed a Tier 2 soul-devouring beast? At this, the other teachers quickly chimed in. That's just a rumor. His contract beast is just some black dog. Principal, you don't need to pay him any mind. Yeah, he probably just got lucky and escaped thanks to a safety officer's help. Hearing their words, the principal mused to himself. At first I didn't believe it either. But then I heard from Chen Li. Not only did he kill the Tier 2 soul-devouring beast, but the death of that snake's master is also heavily connected to him. Then he turned to Jian Wu. Oh, so, his contract beast really is just a black dog. Jian Wu replied with a gentle smile, that's right, which is why he couldn't possibly be a match for a Tier 2 soul-devouring beast. The other teachers clamored in agreement. Exactly, sir. Even a Tier 2 A-rank demonic beast isn't guaranteed to beat it. Yeah, we refuse to believe a logistics student with a black dog contract could beat a soul-devouring beast. Hearing this, the principal's face turned red with anger. Have any of you actually bothered to investigate this properly? He roared. You're all just spreading baseless rumors. Are you even fit to be teachers? Disgusted, he turned away. All right, not another word from anyone. He then motioned for Dan Thu to lead the way. Miss Bai, let's go. Take me to Han Hai. Meanwhile, in the training room, Daogei was happily munching away. Han Hai watched him thinking. Ever since Daogei ranked up, his appetite has gotten way bigger. He then pulled up the system interface, eyeing the food packs stored inside. Then he bent down with a small smile and said to Daogei, I'm broke right now, buddy. Just wait until I get my reward, and I'll buy you the good stuff. Hearing this, Daogei barked in annoyance. Woof, woof, I'm starving here. Suddenly, a knock came from the door. Hang on, I'm coming. As he reached for the door, Han Hai wondered to himself. Training time. Who could it be? The door swung open, and Miss Dan Thu brought in someone who left Han Hai completely floored. Han, hi, this is our school's principal Tong. Then she turned to the principal. Principal Tong, this is Han, hi. Seeing the principal, Han Hai was baffled. What's the head honcho doing here? But he still bowed politely. Hello, Principal Tong. Seeing this, the principal smiled cheerfully and started to speak. Instead of celebrating first place, you're already training. No wonder you crushed it on the exam. Han Hai turned to Daoka and said, Daoka, say hello. At that, Daoka let out a bark. Woof woof. Seeing Daoka, the principal asked, is this little dog your contract beast? Then he thought to himself, I can't believe such a weak little contract beast could take first place. If I can. Suddenly, the principal pulled a small checkbook from his pocket. Excellent performance. The school has decided, he said, while writing, to give you a little bonus. Seeing that Han Hai's eyes lit up. Whoa. Finished, he held the check out to Han Hai with a smile. This is a check for 1 million. You can cash it at any partner bank. Han Hai reached out with a grin. Oh, you really shouldn't have. Then they both held onto the check, each lost in thought. Damn, this kid's strong. I'm not sure the school's account even has enough. Well, if it doesn't, he can't cash it anyway. Is he gonna let go or what? What a death grip. To break the awkward silence, the principal cleared his throat. Ahem. If you can't withdraw it all at once, there's probably a system error. Just wait a bit and try again. Finally getting the check, Han Hai thought with a smirk. This principal is so phony. Aside from this probably bounceable check, there aren't any other practical rewards. He then said out loud, thank you, principal. The principal smiled at Han Hai. Also, from now on you get a 50% discount on all items you redeem with school points. Hearing that, Han Hai seized the opportunity. Principal, could we maybe add some more practical rewards? The principal replied, Han Hai, this was just the entrance exam. Plenty more opportunities are waiting for you. If you can score over 10,000 points on the next exam, you'll get tons of rewards, and you can even bring your family to live in the inner city. At the mention of his family, Han Hai lit up. Yes, Principal Tong, I'll give it my all. The principal picked up Dao Sa and suggested, and when you get the chance, you should really look into replacing this dog. Your power level will jump up a tier. Being held up like that, Dao Ka exploded in angry barks. Grr, woof, 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 woof. Seeing Dao Ka barking up a storm, Han Hai quickly scooped him up and covered his mouth. Dao Ka, stop cussing him out. Dao Ka kept barking furiously. You cheapskate, you want to replace me? Like hell. The principal then reminded him. Get some rest. You have the ranking evaluation tomorrow. Then he turned to leave, adding ominously, we're all looking forward to your performance. Besides the evaluation, you'll also learn part of the truth about this world. After he left, Han Hai sat down and opened up his system. Let's see if there's anything to help Dao Ka grow faster. He then opened a book, hoping to find an answer inside. Just then, a starving Dao Xia started whining. Woof woof, can we eat first? Or maybe we can try cashing that check. Han Hai, his eyes glued to the book, grumbled. Is eating all you think about? Then he slammed the book shut excitedly. Let's go, Dao Ka, we're checking out the gravity room. Woof. As they walked, Han Hai started planning. Using the gravity training room costs either points or cash. I'll hang on to this one to million check for now. After buying food for Dao Ka, I should still have a lot left over. I can send the rest home so my sister can buy school supplies, or to help with household expenses. But that'll have to wait until after tomorrow's combat evaluation is over. Arriving at the gravity room, Han Hai carefully read the sign. Gravity room rules and regulations. Student verification required for entry. Once activated, fees are charged hourly. 10 points per hour, or you can pay cash for training time by contacting the room supervisor. After reading, Han Hai thought 10 points for just 1 hour. Good thing the principal gave me that 50% discount. That should be enough for a good long session. With that, they headed inside. The gravity room didn't look like much. Han Hai turned to Dao Ka. Dao K, let's start with 2 times gravity. Woof. The second he hit the button, immense pressure slammed down on them both. Holy crap. Ugh. Meanwhile, in the student council room, Thean Ditch was speaking. Loi Kyo, listen to me. Just give your recommendation to Wang Kai An, a newbie who contracted a mutt. Is he really worth wasting your recommendation on? Loi Kyo shot back annoyed. Teen Dish, what's that supposed to mean? You think my pick isn't good enough? Or do you think a freshman from the logistics department isn't worthy of joining the student council? Thean Ditch just scoffed arrogantly. He turned and said, that guy is totally unworthy. Lei Qiao explained. Frustrated, Han Hai has 2,000 points. How is a genius like that not qualified? So you think that scumbag Wang Kaiyan is Annoyed, Tian Yi retorted. Lei Qiao, let me remind you, he just used cheap tricks to get points. If it were me, my score would be way higher. Suddenly Yangong cut in Tianyi. You can't say that. For a freshman who's only been here for 3 days, what he's done is incredible. Tianyi grumbled at that. But Yangong calmly said, as for the council invitation, let's see his rank test first, then we'll decide. On campus exhausted, students were talking. Didn't we just get back from the mist? Why are we gathering again? My injured butt still hurts. Don't tell me it's another training drill. Looks like it's probably for the rank test. There's a rank test too. What do they even test you on? The rank test is a school tradition. I'm not sure of the details, I just heard about it from my older brother. But if you do well, you might get into the student council. Old Wei, you know your stuff. I wonder who from our year will make it in. Suddenly they spotted Han Hai. One of them called out, hold on. Then they turned to each other. The strongest in our year has to be Han Hai, right? I heard the student council already gave him an offer. His contract beast doesn't look that tough though. They imagined Han Hai as a hulking bodybuilder. He isn't one of those muscle-headed training freaks, is he? Like the legendary Hong Yuan from second year. Yup, Daogei heard them and told Han Hai. Woof woof, that's hilarious, you hear that? They're calling you a muscle-bound freak. Hearing this, Han Hai replied, let them say what they want. A vehicle pulled up and a few people slowly got out talking tiredly. We're finally back at school. It's just a rank test for the newbies. Why'd they have to drag us all the way back for this? Beats me. Teesk, what a drag. Alright everyone, quiet down. Suddenly, the pig on the roof started struggling violently. This damn beast is trying to run again. One of them lunged and struck the monster, making the driver scream, hey, 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 the car's gonna flip. Seeing this, Shui Nai used her power to steady the car, reminding him, Hong Yuan, we're on campus, control your strength. Hearing that, Hong Yuan replied sheepishly, my bad Qian, I'll definitely be more careful next time. Seeing them, the students erupted into a flurry of whispers. Is that the second-year training maniac Hong Yuan? He doesn't look like the rumors at all, does he? He's actually kinda cute. Whoa, isn't that beast on the car? An early third-rank Zhanlanju, they captured it alive. Seeing the pig spirit on the roof, Daogei said greedily, woof, I wanna eat that. Hearing this, Han Hai grabbed him helplessly. Don't run off, Xiao Dao. Daoga struggled to rush forward. Woof woof, let me go. Suddenly, at the seclusion chamber, someone kicked the door open and slowly emerged from a cloud of smoke. Well, it's quite lively out here. Startled by the loud noise, Daogei yelped, woof woof woof, you scared the hell out of me. Was that an explosion? Seeing the scene, Han Hai calmly asked, that must be the seclusion chamber, right? Did a teacher just come out of retreat? It's just a normal freshman rank test. Is it really necessary to mobilize so many people? The younger of the two said cheerfully, if it wasn't for this freshman rank test, we'd have been stuck in there for another half a year. The old man beside him shielded his eyes, peering into the distance. Oh, spotting the beautiful second-year girls from afar, he shouted. The new students sure had a major glow-up, huh? Seeing this, the young man next to him frantically covered his mouth. Old Lee, don't embarrass us. Those are second years. But the shameless old man just shouted, let me see. High up on the school's top floor, the principal and his secretary were observing from above. The secretary spoke, Principal, all students and teachers have been notified as you instructed, including those in seclusion and those training off campus. May I ask why you've done this? The principal waved his hand to silence him. No more questions. Then, with a grim expression, he looked towards Han Hai and thought, according to Chen Li's description, the mole must be among these people or their squads. Ensuring the school's safety has to be the top priority. Investigating each group one by one is too inefficient. That's right. This kid's report doesn't line up with Chen Li's. Then let's start with you. Han, He, Sui Hui, and Su Wei stood before the testing building. Shu Wei said, whoa, so this is the testing center. Annoyed, Shu Hui shot back. Don't act like you've been living under a rock. The combat division will laugh their asses off at us. Hearing that, Shu Wei just laughed awkwardly. Yeah, you're right. Han Shi turned to Shui Hui. Hey Shui Hui, do you know what this test is actually about? Hearing his question, Shui Hui started to explain. You guys all know, a contracted beast's power depends on its initial talent and its later development, right? This ranking test is to check on that later development. As their rank goes up, a beast reveals its true form. Hearing this, things started clicking into place for Han Si. So the Divine Hound's true form must be that skill it got from leveling up so fast. This later development is split into 9 ranks. Every 3 ranks marks a major evolution: Beast, Mystic, and Divine. We're currently in the Beast rank. It's split into 3 levels: Beast Combatant, Tiger Slayer, and Elephant Overlord. After explaining, she pointed at Shu Wei. But usually an idiot like him would be a low-level Beast Combatant at best. Hearing that, Shu Wei jokingly clung to Han Si. So what, I've still got big bro Han's pup. Gotta bounce, gotta bounce. Han Shi immediately grabbed him. Get your butt back here. Dan Chiu and teacher Tian stepped forward to announce, everyone, get ready to head in for the test. At their word, everyone started filing in, nervously whispering, so this is the testing ground, man, the tension is real. Seeing the nervous freshmen, Yangong, Tianyi, Lei Qiao, and the others started getting nostalgic. Man, the beast combatant test really brings back memories. I remember you scored lower than me back then. How'd you get ahead of me now? Back in our day, Vice President Anne set a new record. We were leagues behind her. Oh yeah, I heard they even called Xuanai and her crew back for this. Where are they? Suddenly, a voice from the distance called out, talking smack about me. Seeing who it was, Lei Qiao lit up Xiaonai. Xiaonai ran up and gave her a huge hug. It's been way too long, Qiao. Xiaonai turned to Yangong. So, how's this year's top freshman? Yangong replied, this year's number 1 is a little weird. Lei Qiao pointed at Han Shi. That's the kid from the logistics division. Scored 2,000 points in the practice drill. I'm the one who recommended him. Oh, I've heard about him. My nerdy little sister is his teammate. After Lei Qiao's explanation, Xiaonai turned back to Yangong. So Yangong, what's so weird about him? Yangong replied, his contracted beast is just an F-rank mutt. Xiaonai's eyes widened in shock. That's impossible. Lei Qiao then chimed in, exasperated Xiaonai, that cheapskate of a headmaster even gave him an award personally. Xiaonai replied, for real, from above. Lei Qiao shouted down, let's go junior, you can do it. Han Shi looked up thinking, they must be from the student council, huh? He gave a cheerful wave back but thought, why does this whole vibe feel a little off? On stage, teacher Tian began the exam. All right, the test officially starts now. Everyone get ready. The test is simple, hit this target with your strongest attack. One by one the students stepped up. Yan Xin white-backed brown bear B-rank talent, low-level beast combatant. Hong Yaner black pine frog, C-rank, low-level beast combatant. Ma Lulan hill chicken, C-rank, low-level beast combatant. Watching the results, the headmaster commented from above, this year's batch of students isn't half bad, interesting. Then it was Kai An's turn, and he unleashed a powerful blow. Wang Kai, on Bixiu A-rank, mid-level beast combatant. Seeing his result, Kai An's cronies immediately started sucking up. That's our Wang Kai An, he makes it look so easy. Kai An laughed proudly at the praise. Haha, my Bixio is clearly the strongest beast here. The second Kai An stepped off the stage. He was swarmed with praise. A true genius who contracted a divine beast. Now, this test is getting interesting. So badass, haha, holy crap, mid-level beast combatant already, it's only been 3 days. Up with the student council, Xiaonai asked, so this is the new kid you recommended? Tianyi replied, that's him, Vice President. His talent may be average, but he's way better than that mutt, don't you think? Xiaonai calmly added, I remember Captain Xiao mentioning a female student who contracted an A+ rank beast. Teacher Tian called out the next name. Next up, get ready, Jiang Xiaonan. A nervous Xiaonan answered, here. Seeing this, Han Shi stepped up to reassure her. Don't be nervous, you've got this. Hearing his words, Xiaonan calmed down and walked to the stage. Thank you. Teacher Tian gave the signal. Okay, you may begin. Xiaonan took a breath, summoned her power, and unleashed her attack. The crowd erupted at the results. Jiang Xiaonan, Battle Elephant Grass A+ rank, peak beast combatant. What? No way. She's even stronger than Wang Kaian. The student council members were just as shocked. Damn. Vice President Anne, let me go recruit her. Her talent is insane. Dream on. Captain Xiao from the Academy's battle regiment already called dibs. This girl's talent is even higher than my snow-stepping three-tailed fox. What a shame. I'd bet anything. This girl is definitely going to be the highest-ranked freshman this year. Han Hai hasn't even tested yet. How can you be so sure? Wanna bet on it? You're on. You think I'm scared. Alright, what are the stakes? How about a Tier 3 Mist Beast core? Suddenly a conflict sparked between Tianyi and Lei Qiao. Fine. Vice President Anne will be the witness. Seeing this, he turned and walked away. I'm gonna hit the restroom. If you get the results, just let me know. Then, he thought deviously, even if that kid's got some talent after taking a couple of my punches, he won't be able to test at full power, right? Just then Han Hai started to walk thinking, it's almost my turn, I should get ready. Suddenly blocked, Han Hai asked Humph, who are you? Hearing this, Tianyi crossed his arms and smirked. You don't know me but I've got a bet riding on you, kid. This Tier 3 core is in the bag. Hearing that, Han Hai immediately refused. I'm not interested in your bet. Please move, you're blocking my way. Seeing that persuasion wasn't working, Tianyi grabbed Han Hai's shoulder and said softly, hey now junior, don't be so cold. If you can help me win this bet, I'll protect you here at school. Hearing this, Han Hai replied gleefully, wow, is there really such a good deal? Senior Tian Yi, seeing the fish take the bait, said enthusiastically, of course, but I refuse. Realizing being nice wasn't gonna work, Tian Yi said bluntly, you're quite the joker, aren't you, Junior? Then he aimed his fist at Han Hai. Then let me give you a taste of your senior's power. Seeing this, Han Hai didn't back down and fought back. After taking a hit from our MC, a stunned Tian Yi thought in horror, holy crap, this kid's strength is insane. Han Hai, now radiating power, asked, what was it you wanted me to feel, senior? Suddenly, Lei Qiao and Xiao Nai appeared. Tian Yi, didn't you say you were going to the restroom? Seeing them, Tian Yi thought, annoying women. Then he quickly threw an arm around Han Hai, pretending they were best buds. Haha, I was just bonding with my junior a little. Oh yeah, that's right, the senior even offered to protect me. While secretly thinking, this two-faced bastard packs a serious punch. What a shameless liar. Seeing things had settled down, Han Hai turned away. I'm going to go test now. He then stepped onto the stage and began to prepare. With a single strike, he shattered the entire drum, making the principal scream in disbelief. Holy cow. Seeing the broken drum, the crowd went pale and started murmuring. Whoa, that strike had to be way stronger than the peak battlemaster before him. Don't tell me this monster is already at the Tiger Slasher level. Teacher Tian, pale-faced and stammering, announced Han Hai, S-rank fighter, early stage second level Tiger Slasher. Seeing this, the principal himself stepped forward in shock. What? He turned and said, Old Lee, get down there and check if the equipment is broken. Hearing this, Old Lee slowly walked down towards the drum amidst the hushed whispers of the crowd. Isn't that the teacher in charge of the test? I can't believe they had to call in a teacher for this. I don't believe Han Hai's score. Let's wait for the teacher's verdict. The student council members were also buzzing at the sight. Chow Chow, you really scouted a monster. If I remember correctly, the city's fastest promotion record is half a month, right? That's right, half a month. And the record holder is one of the top 10 on humanity's combat power rankings. Good thing I didn't actually go all out on that damn wolf in sheep's clothing. Otherwise, I would have been in for a world of hurt. Oh crap, but doesn't this mean I just lost a tier 3 beast core? What a massive loss. As Old Lee slowly approached the drum, the crowd's chatter grew even louder. You don't think the machine was already broken, do you? Yeah, when Jiang Xiaonan tested earlier, it got cracked. It must have been busted then, right? That's why he could shatter the test equipment so easily. Oh shut up, you seem to know everything. Old Lee bent down to inspect, then announced, there's nothing wrong with the equipment. Student Han Hai's rank is correct. Hearing this, the crowd erupted in praise. Oh my god, for real, Han Hai is that amazing. Xiaoqing, he's so good, isn't he? Seeing this, Kai, and thought angrily. How could he possibly be better than me? He then looked up at Tian Yi thinking I let him down. He then began to plot angrily. No, I have to find a way to drag that piece of trash, Han Hai, down and crush him under my heel. We've seen who we needed to see. The student council members started to leave as Xiao Nai said, alright, let's go. Let's head back for a meeting to discuss Han Hai joining the student council. Loi Kyo turned to Thien Ditch and said, Boss Thang, don't forget the spirit core you lost to me. Hearing this, he replied, yeah, I know. Realizing he'd broken the drum, Han Hai and Dao Xia made a run for it. The school isn't gonna make me pay for this, right? Let's get out of here. Seeing the two of them, Old Man Lee called out, oh, perfect timing. Kid Han, I was just looking for you. Seeing him, Han Hai froze up and said awkwardly, senior, you're not gonna make me pay for that, are you? At that, Old Man Lee laughed and pointed to a cardboard box saying, the school's not that cheap. The old equipment could only test up to the initial Tiger Slayer level, so I'm taking you for a private retest to see what you can really do. Han Hai breathed a sigh of relief, thinking, phew, thank God the school isn't that stingy. Then the two of them headed to the specialized testing room. This was the specialized testing room. In front of Han Hai was an even bigger drum. Old Man Lee said, alright, hit it with all you've got. Let's see if we can get a level 3 reading this time. Han Hai swung and landed a powerful punch, leaving Old Man Lee stunned. He reached Tiger Slayer in just 5 days. No, it might have been even sooner than that. Then he turned to Han Hai and said softly, ahem, you've definitely surpassed the initial second level. Even though your dog's innate talent is a bit lacking, his potential for growth is immense. Hearing that, Han Hai scratched his head and asked, senior am I considered talented among the new students? Old Man Lee replied, you don't even know that, and you've already reached the Tiger Slayer rank. Han Hai answered shyly, I've been so busy with enrollment these past 2 days, I haven't had time to look into it. Seeing this, Old Man Lee patiently advised, then I'll give you the rundown. First off, many 3rd and 4th year students are still stuck at the initial Tiger Slayer level. So yeah, you're pretty damn amazing. After a contract master successfully forms a contract, their physical abilities are also enhanced at least 3 to 5 times that of a normal person. But the greatest asset for any contract master is still their contracted beast. After all, no matter how strong you are, you can't surpass a contracted beast of the same rank. And among contracted beasts of the same rank, assuming there are no combat skills or special abilities involved, the one with the higher innate talent will usually be stronger. But that's just the general rule. The system and Xiao Dao give me a 10 times boost, so could I take a different path, one where I myself become the ultimate fighting force? Hearing all this, Han Hai asked Senior what exactly are combat skills, and how do you get them? Old Man Lai continued to explain, combat skills are abilities your contracted beast learns beyond its innate talent, giving it more techniques in a fight. If you discover a valid method, the school will provide rewards. Many teachers even have their own combat skills. It all comes down to your own effort. It's finally starting to make sense. Han Hai clasped his hands in gratitude. Thank you, Senior. Then, as if remembering something, Old Man Lai said, oh right, if you can keep up this leveling speed, then in the upcoming national inter-school competition, you might just have a shot at representing our school. Han Hai heard this and asked in confusion, the national inter-school competition. Old Man Lai explained, that's right. The winner not only gets a huge reward, but also gains access to the Forbidden Zone. The Forbidden Zone is the most dangerous area, but also the most rewarding place you can find within the mist. Hearing this, Han Hai made a connection. So, it's a lot like an RPG from my past life. Clear a stage, get a reward. The harder the stage, the better the loot. After that, he returned to the training room and opened the system. This piece of junk system, other than providing some dog food and letting me see stats, it's pretty much useless. He then urged Dao Ke to train. Xiao Dao, besides your 10 times passive boost, do you have any active skills? Ugh, what a derp. Never mind. From the look on your face, you probably have no idea. I'll ask Teacher Bai about combat skills when I have some free time. I'm getting used to 2 times gravity, time to try 3 times. Suddenly, a murderous aura shot toward him from behind. Oh, not a bad reaction. Sensing danger, Han Hai immediately launched a defensive move. How did this person get in? And why didn't Xiao Dao give any warning? They're this fast even under 3 times gravity. A voice suddenly spoke. Impressive. You've really reached the mid-level Tiger Slayer rank. Han Hai turned and asked suspiciously, who are you? Just then, he opened the system. Because the host has acquired a combat skill, the combat skill system is now unlocked. Combat skill system unlocked. Combat skill shop unlocked. General shop combat skill shop. 18 dragon subduing palms, view details. Myriad birds view details. Demon slaying dog fang view details. Attribute pouch details. Crescent moon rush view details. Devour heaven and earth view details. Canine devouring cannon view details. The host can now learn and use the collected combat skill books. Frenzied roar details. Not yet learned. Learn. After reading the description, Han Si realized, so it's a sound wave type combat skill. That's a pretty rare skill. Since Principal Fatty Sheep is in charge, he must have some seriously good loot, right? He immediately chose to learn it, leveling up Dao Ka, who now mastered the Frenzied Roar combat skill. With that done, Han Shi patted Dao Ka's head. Having a system that lets you learn skills instantly saves so much annoying training. Then an idea suddenly struck him. He shouted, that's it. If there's a shop to buy combat skills, doesn't that mean I can become an Archmage? Combat skill shop, trample 10 million points. Heart's Aegis 10 million points. But when Han Shi opened the shop, he nearly collapsed. He knew it wouldn't be that easy. Why is everything so damn expensive? He quickly composed himself and asked System, how do I earn points to exchange for combat skills? The system replied, the host can acquire points by exploring mist zones and battling mist beasts. Note battles that occurred before the system was activated do not count. Seeing this, Han Shi cursed, you damn system, you're way too stingy. The system gave a deadpan reply, I am just a system, I know nothing. So Han Shi picked up Dao Ka and confronted it. You useless system, ever since you dumped this dumb dog and 3 days worth of food on me, you haven't done a single useful thing. Suddenly getting dragged into it, Dao Ka looked confused. Woof, 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 what does this have to do with me? Realizing it was 2 against 1, Han Zi and Dao Ka ganged up on it. You damn system, if you don't give me some perks, I'm gonna let little Dao here eat you. Sensing things were getting out of hand, the system finally caved. Because the host has activated most of the system's features, I will now add the Contracted Beasts trait panel and pre-activate the Combat Skills Synchronization trait for the host. Han Zi was stunned. A trait panel skill synchronization, the system explained. That's right. Normally, skills learned by a contracted beast can only be used by the beast itself. However, after activating the combat skill synchronization trait, the host can also use the corresponding combat skills that have been learned. Trait 1 100% loyalty with a 10-fold return. Trait 2 devour. Can rapidly increase strength by consuming massive amounts of energy. Trait 3 combat skill synchronization. The host can use any combat skill the contracted beast has learned. Increasing the sync rate will unlock even more skills. After reading the update, Hanji was finally satisfied. Now, this times is more like it. He hugged Dao Xiao, wondering where he could test out his new combat skill. He figured he could just ask Miss Bai at school tomorrow. Plus, who knows, he might even be able to snag a few more combat skills from her. The scene shifts to Han Si walking down the hallway, where he unexpectedly runs into Lei Qiao and Xiao Nai. Spotting Han Si, Lei Qiao waved him over. "Good morning, Han." Seeing the pretty upperclassman, Han Si blushed. "Senior Lei, what a coincidence." Lei Qiao just smiled. "What coincidence? We've been waiting here for you all morning." Noticing Xiao Nai, Han Si asked, "And you are?" Lei Qiao quickly made the introduction. "Oh right, this is our school beauty and the student council's vice president, and Shui Nai." Han Si thought to himself, "And Sui Nai. That name sounds a lot like Sui Hui's." The two of them then exchanged greetings. "Hello, Senior Anne." "Hello, Han. We came here today to formally invite you to join the student council," and Shui Nai said, getting straight to the point. "Han, your performance during the trial practice and the ranking test was outstanding. So, I'd like to invite you to join the student council as its new vice president." "Chow Chow, he's finally here. We have to get him to join today. You were just saying how much you wanted him to." Hearing the offer, Han Shi grinned. "Sure, I'll join, no problem at all. But, is there a salary, and are meals covered? And what about other benefits?" The two girls' faces went pale. They thought the VP is personally recruiting him, and this times is all he cares about. He sounds like a total money grubber, doesn't he? Where's the drive of an elite freshman? Realizing what he was after, and Xuanai replied helplessly, "Yes, there's a salary and meals are covered. But after joining the student council, the salary is the least of the perks. You'll not only get priority treatment on campus, but you'll even be able to sign up for official mist explorations." The moment he heard the word salary, Han Si was all in. "So, can I get a raise?" The wealthy Lei Qiao shot back. "How about I double it?" And just like that, they had a deal. He instantly agreed to help. "No problem, I'm in." "Awesome." Xiao Nai handed the registration form to Han Hai. "Then go ahead and fill this out." Han Hai took the form, replying, "Got it." Then the other two girls swarmed Dao Ka, squealing, "This little puppy is so cute. Hey there, little guy, let big sis give you a hug." After signing, Han Hai turned and said, "Seniors, I've filled it out." But he was stunned to see Dao Ka getting cuddled by the seniors. He yelled angrily, "Hey, you pervy puppy, what do you think you're doing?" Han Hai furiously snatched Dao Xia back, shouting, "Get over here." Dao Xia whined, "Hey, let me go back." He shot Dao Ka a death glare, then handed the paper to Lei Qiao and Xiao Nai. "I'll deal with you later." Xiao Nai took the form and said, "All right, you're all set. Come to the student council tomorrow morning to get your ID tag and finish up." Han Hai smiled, "Yes, seniors." As Lei Qiao and Xiao Nai turned to leave, one said, "Let's go, Xiao Xue. Oh, and thanks for looking after my nerdy little sister." Watching them leave, Han Hai thought to himself, so Shui Hui really is her little sister. Later, Dan Thu stands at the podium. "All right, that's it for theoretical studies today. The trial training and exams are over, and you've all started to adapt to school life here. Enough of the boring stuff. What I'm about to say concerns your future development, so listen carefully. This University for Contract Masters has only one purpose: to make you and your contract beasts more powerful. And having your contract beasts engage in constant combat is a critical part of that." Hearing this, Han Hai thinks, "Looks like I need to start training little Dao." Dan Thu continues, "That's why the school assigns various missions to every class. Missions for freshmen are mostly basic investigations and small-scale operations inside the base city." Hearing this, the students piped up, "Miss Bai, the missions inside the base city. Will they involve combat?" "Yeah, Miss Bai, there doesn't seem to be anything dangerous in the city." Another student asks, "What kind of missions can we even do in the base city? We're not just helping old ladies cross the street, are we? The base city isn't the peaceful paradise you imagine. Whether it's contract beast hunters or other criminals who've snuck in, they are not opponents you can handle." Contract beast hunters, huh? And there was that strange senior from before. So if you don't want to get yourselves killed on a mission, you better listen up. Last year's casualty count from missions was around 20 students. Every mission, regardless of rank, must be taken seriously. Reality is brutal, so I hope you're mentally prepared. Your number one priority on any mission is to stay alive. Alright, now form teams of 3 to carry out the missions. Once your team is set, come up and pick a mission. Han Hai's classmates approach him. Hey Han, do you still need teammates? Sorry, I've already got a team. Big bro Han, it's better if we stick together. You're right. Let's go see what the missions are. They grab the mission briefs. Mission 1, Escort Duty. Difficulty, Simple. Escort a shipment of medicinal herbs from the outskirts to the Inner City Research Institute. You'll have support from a combat squad, and a maximum of 3 teams can take this mission. Mission 2, Item Retrieval. Difficulty, Normal. A wealthy merchant lost a shipment and needs it recovered within a time limit. Mission 3, Tracking and Surveillance. Difficulty, Hard. Mission target a novice-tier battle beast. Reports from the Outer Ring say a contract beast near the suburbs went berserk, attacking civilians. Its master was also affected by the rampage. Your job is to track the rampaging contract beast and its master. Forceful measures are authorized if necessary. Seeing this, Shu Wei asks Big Bro Han, which one should we pick? Han Hai was deep in thought. These missions don't seem all that difficult on the surface. The rewards are all pretty much the same. If I have to choose, I should prioritize the one that gets me system points. Han Hai mentally asks his system, do I get points for killing contract beasts and their masters? The system replies with a simple, yes. Hearing that, Han Hai slams his hand down. Alright, we're taking that mission. Dan Thu explains gravely. In the entire logistics department, your team is the only one qualified for this mission. But I have to warn you, don't bite off more than you can chew. This is your mission file. Read it carefully. Don't just skim it. You'll be graded on your performance and the mission's difficulty. Students with high scores will get a chance to explore the mist with the student council. Hearing this, the confused students ask Miss Bai, what's so great about exploring the mist? Right, but isn't the mist supposed to be super dangerous? I still get chills thinking about our last training exercise. Dan Thu explained, exploring the mist lets you earn accumulation points. I'm sure I don't need to tell you how those work at this school, right? Besides, members of the student council will be joining the exploration, so the difficulty will be relatively low. Plus, you'll have a chance to get high-level Mist Beast cores. High-level cores are basically the top currency in the base city, aside from cash. If you're lucky enough to get Mist Beast materials, you can craft high-tier weapons and armor. This is the biggest gap between you guys and the combat department. Alright, that's all for today. You have the afternoon off. Tomorrow, bring your mission forms to register for departure. At that, Shui Hui grabbed her file and said to Hanzi, let's go over the mission details this afternoon. Our task looks pretty tough. Hanzi replied, actually there's something I wanted to ask Teacher Bai. He then walked up to her, Teacher Bai, I'd like to ask you about combat skills. Dan Thu asked curiously, oh, combat skills, sure, no problem. Then she told Han Shi to follow her. Could you take these to my office for me? I'm going to get changed. Let's meet in the training hall in a bit. Scene change. Han Shi and Dan Thu were now in the training hall, where Han Shi immediately started practicing. Ready Little Tao Wild Roar skill successfully learned. Synchronization rate with host is 10%. The sync rate is increasing slowly. This kind of attack will only really show its stuff in a real battle. Dan Thu appeared saying, you're here early. Teacher Bai, I've got a few combat skill books here. Han Si and Dan Thu chatted before diving into training. Teacher Bai, did you prepare all these books for me? You shouldn't have. Just teaching me a few moves would have been enough. I was originally going to let you pick 2, but you're really not holding back, are you? In that case, I'll just teach you a few moves. Pretend I never said that. I want them all. First, just go through your paces. Show me all the attack methods you currently have so I can analyze which combat skills are right for you. You got it. Watch me. Let's see what you're made of. Asterisk. Whoosh asterisk. Not bad, you're fast, but your attacks are too random. I didn't expect a primitive form of a fusion attack though. Go Little Tao, bite him. Stop. You've got synergy, but your attacks have no structure. It's barely a step above a street brawl. Hold on a second, let me show you. Watch closely now. See that? This is the true power of a combat skill. So strong, Teacher Bai, I want to learn that. You've got a long way to go before you reach my level. You and I are similar. We can both perform fusion attacks with our contracted beasts. For most tamers, the use of combat skills is limited to the contracted beast itself. But tamers who can use fusion attacks can also use their beast's skills during the fusion. Han Shi thought, my 3 system traits let me use combat skills even without fusing. That means in a real fight, I'd probably have an edge over even Teacher Bai. System notice. This mimicry combat skill book will cultivate different moves based on the contracted beast's traits. Combat skill, mimicry, acquired. Learn yes, no, Danthu continued. For example, I fused with my half-moon demon goat's traits to create the half-moon slash you just saw. System notification, learned combat skill, mimicry. Based on the combat skill's traits, new skills added, abyssal mocking strike, dog bite, and severing fang. Danthu said, your fundamentals are pretty weak right now, so the advantage of this skill might not be obvious at first. As for what kind of combat skill you'll get after learning it, I'm not sure, but it will, definitely. Han Shi demonstrated. Like this teacher by Danthu was stunned. A monster. This kid's a monster. You only get your own combat skill after achieving harmony in the fusion. It's only been a few minutes, and you've not only learned it but already harmonized with it. Han Shi replied, yep, Danthu thought, it took me a whole month to achieve harmony back in the day. Forget it. I plan to teach you the basics slowly over 2 weeks, but it looks like that's not necessary anymore. Here, take these books too, Han Shi said sheepishly. Oh, I couldn't possibly. Teacher Bai Danthu said, just practice for now, I'm heading out. Han Shi called after her, Teacher Bai, you haven't taught me the fundamentals yet. How about you train with me, Danthu thought. He's right, this kid has 0 fundamentals in attacking or dodging. Doesn't that mean I can just use my strength to beat him up a bit? That actually sounds pretty good. She coughed lightly. Asterisk. Ahem times, since you insisted, I suppose I can reluctantly train with you. Is the half-moon demon goat ready? Cut to Han Hai, walking up to Shu Wei and Xue Hui. Hey, sorry guys, I trained a little too hard yesterday and overslept. Hearing this, the 3 of them started chatting. Man Han, you're a total training addict. You even grind right before a mission. We're about to head out. Wasn't Miss Bai supposed to come and give us a briefing? Hey gorgeous, who might you be? Han, stop messing around. But seriously, do you know where Miss Bai is? She's a total smoke show. You horn dog. Anyway, Miss Bai said she's not feeling well, so she's not coming. We should just get going. The 3 of them chatted cheerfully as they walked into a cafe. We were supposed to go over the mission details yesterday, but you totally bailed on us. Let's check out the files first. So Han, where'd you run off to? You totally stood us up. I just wanted to level up a bit before we started the mission, you know? And I completely lost track of time. My bad. Knew it. You were off training again. Alright, let's head to the cafe across the street and check out the files. Alright, these are the mission files. Comparing the reports, it looks like the creature that mauled its owner to death is this small contract beast caught on camera. How can you even drink anything while looking at this stuff? Looks like we're dealing with some kind of rodent-type contract beast. Meanwhile, in a sewer, a blue-haired guy was screaming in agony. Asterisk gasp asterisk. He woke up to see his little pet mouse. Sorry Xiaoyu. I scared you again, didn't I? The poison's kicking in faster every time. I won't make it if I can't gather the materials. I need to get my hands on some antidote fast. I'm okay, Xiaoyu. You've been working so hard. He picked up his pet and headed home. But as he opened the door, a strange man's voice echoed out. You're back already. How's it going with those items I sent you to collect? Hearing this, the man cried out, Sir, I've gathered almost everything you asked for, but the poison, it's getting worse. I don't think I can last much longer. The man just scoffed and yelled, Humph, you're pathetic, and you expect me to recommend a weakling like you to join the organization? The guy pleaded, Please, I'm begging you. The stranger snatched the bag off him, shouting, Now get the hell out of here and find the rest of the materials I need. Don't just stand there being an eyesore. He tossed the guy a strange vial. Take it and scram. He replied, Yes sir. Cut to Zhao Nan, who spots Han Hai by chance. Wait, is that Han Hai over there? He started to wave, but then hesitated. Oh, looks like he's busy. I probably shouldn't bother him. Aw man, next time, for sure. I'll definitely talk to him next time. What's up, Xiao Jiang? Oh, it's nothing. Meanwhile, Han Hai, Xue Hui and Xu Wei were having a serious discussion. So Han, when do we move out? Didn't you hear Miss Bai? She said this could be dangerous. If we run into trouble, I'm not saving your ass. Pfft, we still have Han, don't we? He wouldn't just leave us to die. Stop relying on Han to solve all your problems. When are you gonna grow up and pull your own weight? Okay, the clues are starting to line up. First 2 victims were attacked and killed by a rampaging contract beast. The wounds indicate a small-sized beast. Second, there were signs of a robbery at both victims' houses. A bunch of different items were taken. Since this is in the outer district, we can't tell if it was a murder robbery or if someone just broke in and looted the place after they were already dead. Our objective for now is crystal clear. First, we'll head to the victims' homes and investigate the scene. We have to go. Times. Why can't we just wait for the battle corps to handle the dangerous stuff first? The battle corps is stretched thin right now. They've got their hands full, just protecting the city. If they weren't a mission, like this would never be handed to the academy. Okay, I'll assign positions now, so we're ready if a fight breaks out. Okay, I'll take support. My little deer got a new protection skill after it leveled up so I can back you guys up. Alright. I'll be the main damage dealer and Su Wei, you're on recon. Huh, I'm just the scout. Alright, quit whining about it. Let's get ready to move out. Fine. Watching Hanhai's team leave, Xiaonan thought to himself, man, I'm so useless. Hanhai left and I couldn't even say a single word to him. Suddenly, Hanhai bumped into someone who wasn't watching where they were going. Well, if it isn't Kaian's crew from the support department. Sensing trouble, Hanhai tried to push past them. Move it. You're in my way. Seeing this, Kai and thought furiously, if your mutt hadn't gotten lucky and evolved to the tiger-slaying rank, I would have wiped the floor with you by now. Shu Wei turned to taunt him. You're just a mid-tier fighter. I have no idea where you get the nerve to provoke people all day. You little punk. Seeing this, Kaian's goons chimed in. Boss, should we take care of that little brat during the mission? He's way too cocky. And how would you do that? He's at the tiger-slaying rank. You really think you can take him? Boss, calm down. Yeah, boss, let's get him. But if we just pull a few strings during the mission, it's totally doable, right? Right. You've got a point. We're all classmates, so it's not like we can't help him out. Yeah, we're just helping a fellow student. Yeah, totally. Suddenly a voice cut in. Hey you guys, I heard every single word of that. You better not do anything that breaks the rules. Kung Tio Nam. What's that supposed to mean? You trying to stick up for Han? Hai, hearing that one of Kai An's goons played dumb, Boss Vung just said to lend Han Hai's crew a hand. How is that breaking any rules? Exactly. Talk about making a mountain out of a molehill. It was obvious there was no reasoning with these guys. Tio Nam warned them. You'd better actually be planning on helping him. Annoyed, Kaian's group scoffed. Humph, let's bounce. Phew, that girl is no joke. It's a good thing she didn't decide to fight us. But what's with Boss Vung? Han Hai is so dead. Not even God himself can save him now.